Darian Bell. Cheyenne with the ball on top of the key. It's Gehrig. Near side it goes Kirkbride, and she travels. Well, the calls have been pretty consistent today. Yeah. Okay, we're back on the air. Had a little technical problem here behind the bleachers. We got it fixed now. 7:18 to go in the second period. The play just started in the second period. Lander leading 16-8. Cheyenne Central with the ball. There's a shot up off, not good. Central's big tallest player gets that rebound, and it goes out to Mirich. Mirich at the free throw line looking for someone to pass it to, and finally finds Temple. Temple moves around the right side of the key. Can't shoot there. Gives it off to Pillicant. Pillicant underneath. There's a reaching grab by Bailey. And that one goes in. So it's now a 16-10, 6-point game, and a pushing foul is going to be called on the sideline against Temple. And that will be Cheyenne Central's 5th team foul. And coming into the game now for Lander, entering the game is Aggie Brown. Coming out right now is Darian Bell. So the Tigers have it on the far side. Winfield into Ryan Bell on top of the arc. Man-for-man defense here. And ball's knocked out of bounds, and it's going to go to Lander. Last touch by the defender that time, Gehrig. 6:33 to go until halftime. Lander with a 6-point lead. And Bell is going to take it out for the Lady Tigers. Has her hair in a bun. Bounce pass in to Hansen. Hansen on the left wing reverses it to Bell. Bell brings it out now. Bounce on top of the key to Friday, who just entered the game. Back to Hansen on top of the arc. Then it goes over to Brown. Brown in the corner. Fires it off to Winfield. Winfield on the near side. They're trying to get somebody open, and Cheyenne is being very sticky with the defense. There's a long three from outside that doesn't go by Winfield. Rebound comes down to Pilivant. In the corner, there's a three ball off, not good, and that was by Gehrig. Tigers rebound. They've got a 2-on-1 break going, but lose the ball out of bounds. Well, Josh, we're seeing the same thing here, just a lack of focus on ball control.
Yeah, unfortunately, Winfield and Ryan Bell were pretty much in the same area. She's trying to do a little dump-off pass to Bell, and unfortunately she wasn't ready for it. Bounces off her shoulder and out of bounds.
Okay, here's Cheyenne Central with the ball now underneath the basket. They lose it. It's a steal, and it's Ryan Bell who gets the basketball away. She does a reverse dribble there. In the corner it goes. Now back outside. Hansen has it. She's trapped back there. Ball's knocked off a Central player and out of bounds. Smart play that time by Whitney Hansen. Just, she couldn't get away from the trap, so she knocked the ball right off of Central's Bailey and out of bounds. So Lander has it in the forecourt on the sideline. There's the inbounds pass to Winfield. Winfield dribbles, reverses direction, off to Hansen, who tried the three and is fouled. Picking up the foul is Bailey, Maddie Bailey. That'll be her second personal foul. 5:18 to go here, period number 2. It's 16-10. Lander with the lead over Cheyenne Central, and now Maddie Bailey comes out of the game and coming into the contest. Let's see if I can catch your number. Oh, that's Mirich. Cheyenne Central has black uniforms with red numbers. Sometimes they go right together. Here's the shot up from the corner. Not good. Rebounded by Cheyenne Central. Kirkbride. Kirkbride underneath the basket. There's a turnaround jumper that's blocked. And Lander gets the ball. And we have another held ball? Yep, we do. And this one goes to Central, I believe, so they'll keep the ball underneath their own basket.
And that's the second block shot for Winfield. She's doing a good job of just going straight up, having her arms and body go straight up, not inducing contact, and getting clean blocks.
Gehrig takes it out for Central. Inbounds pass, long inbounds pass is high, goes to Allen. Allen on the near side, now over to Gehrig on top of the arc. And she passes underneath, tipped out of bounds. Nice defensive move that time by the Tigers' Aggie Brown. So Central will have it out again. 4:39 to go until halftime. 6-point lead for Lander. Inbounds pass comes to Gillum. Gillum has the ball, has her pocket picked down court, then loses the handle on the fast break. Cheyenne Central gets it back. The ball's on the floor, and we have another. No, she gets it away underneath the basket. Turnaround jump shot by Mirich. Not good. It goes to Hansen, and she's tied up. Have you ever seen a game with so many held balls? Probably yes, but
we did Friday. There was a bunch of jump balls, and that possession arrow was going back and forth the entire game.
Full court pressure by Cheyenne Central. Lander breaks it pretty easily. Here comes Bell down. She's going to go coast to coast, throws up a shot, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Cheyenne Central. That'll be on Kirkbride, and I believe that's her third personal foul.
I thought for sure that was going to be a charge against Bell. She was going in there with reckless abandon. Luckily, it looked like Kirkbride shuffled her feet at the last second. That would change that charge into a blocking foul as Bell hits the first free throw. That foul also puts the Tigers in the bonus for the rest of the first half, so anytime they're fouled, they will be shooting at least one free throw.
Well, they got two this time. It's now 18-10 as Ryan Bell hits both of them. 8-point lead halfway through the second period of play. Down court, Gehrig has it on the left-hand wing, hands it off to Allen. Allen underneath to Mirich, and she's fouled. And the foul's going to go against Ryan Bell. And that'll be her first foul. 15 fouled against the Tigers, so Central will have it out of bounds.
You know, I will say, Ernie, here in the first half, Tiger defense is definitely looking a little bit more stringent than they have in the first two contests in this tournament.
Well, you know, with each game you gain experience, and there is a mishandled basketball. Lander picks it up. Here's Bell down court, stops on top of the key, drives to the lane, scores on a real interesting little hoop shot there. Kind of a modified hoop shot. And Central wants to answer, but no, the shot goes up off, not good, and a foul called on Lander under the basket. 20-10 with that last shot. That was a great drive by Bell.
Yeah, Bell was able to find just a little bit of a gap there along the top of the key, goes from left to right, brings it all the way across, finds a spot there in the low block, puts up a little modified jump hook, puts it off glass and in for the Tigers.
Ella Gillum at the line for the Central Indians, and coming in now is Temple. Coming out of the game is 13 Kirkbride. One more free throw here, the second of two. Gillum hit the first, and she hit the second one. Okay, 20-12, 8-point lead by Lander. 3.5 minutes to go here, first half of play. Lander breaks the press. Quickly it goes down to Winfield. Winfield moves the ball in on top of the arc on the near side. Goes to Kiera Friday. Now back over on the far side. With it is Bell. Her shot is up off, not good. And rebounded by the Lady Indians. Down court, Gehrig has it. Whistle. And we have a timeout on the floor by Cheyenne Central. The coach, Glenn Kirkbride, called the timeout. It's 20-12 Lander Valley over Cheyenne Central. Back after this.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
Hi, I'm Mama. Welcome to my kitchen.
Mama's Kitchen in Lander is ready to wow you with their home-style fixins. Visit the coffee corner and don't forget to try Mama's biscuits, made just the way her Mama made them. And the Mama before that. With local and specialty ingredients making up their cuisine, it'll be the place you can't get enough of.
And just simple, tastes good, delicious, get me all ready for the day.
Down to earth, and yes, I would definitely come back.
Home cooking like you've never tasted before. 260 Grandview Drive in Lander.
Come on down to Grandma's!
Lander 20, Cheyenne Central 12 in this girls' opening game on Saturday of the Bill Stranigan basketball tournament on the campus of Lander Valley High School. We're inside the Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse, ready for some more basketball, and it'll go to Cheyenne Central on the far side. Inbounds pass to Gehrig. Gehrig bounces the ball slowly, now dishes it off on the near side to Temple, back up to Mirich on top of the key. She's looking to her right, finally gets it over to Mirich. Mirich back to Gehrig. Gehrig in the middle it goes, ball gets away, and we've got an over-the-back push on the Tigers. Now that was pretty easy to see, and we'll have a foul called on Aggie Brown, who's into the game for the first time. And at the free throw line for the one and bonus is Ella Gillum, and she just hit 2. 2:40 to go here, first period. Shot's not good. Rebounded by Cheyenne Central. Coming away with the basketball is Gehrig. Gehrig on the left-hand wing, passes it in the corner to Temple. There's a shot, up and good. And that's Brogan Allen. And is 20-14, 6-point lead now. There's that half-court trap. And we have a timeout called by Stauffenberg. And that's one thing we saw a lot in the first game, Josh. Lander, unfortunately, keeps going to the corners and get caught with the defensive trap.
Yeah, especially with that full court press. That's exactly what they want you to do. They position their players so they force you to go towards the boundary in the corner. And then as soon as you get to that spot, they bring over the weak side help, double team you. So then you have to pick up your dribble and you can't move. Thus, creating a prime time to cause a turnover, get a steal, or force the other team to call a timeout like they did that time. And I'll give Coach Stauffenberg credit on that one. He probably prevented another turnover for the Tigers. But we'll see what happens. 6-point lead for the Tigers. 2:20 left in the first half. Both teams are in the bonus with 17 fouls apiece. See if the Tigers can keep up that stingy defense. And the only thing that they have been lacking on so far is a little bit of the rebounding. Cheyenne Central definitely has the advantage in offensive rebounds.
Here's Ryan Bell, who falls down. She keeps dribbling the ball. It's on the floor. Another held ball.
That looked like a rugby scrum.
Boy, sure did. And
Hansen was on the bottom of that.
They called a foul. They called a foul on that one on Ella Gillum. I thought that was a held ball, but it's going to put Whitney Hansen to the line for the Lander Tigers. She hasn't scored in the game yet. 2:10 to go. That play took 12 seconds. Gillum's shot is, Hansen's shot is in the air, not good. Rebounded by Friday. Yeah. Tigers control the basketball, so it's on top now to Winfield. I should say Brown on that rebound. As Coach Stauffenberg is mixing up his lineup here, as he does usually late in the second quarter. Here's Winfield now. A little bit of good defensive pressure by Cheyenne. Lander can't penetrate. Here's Ryan Bell. Her shot's way over the top of the basket. Cheyenne rebounds and a chance to cut into that lead a little bit more. Mirich brings it down the corner, into the corner, and there's a reach-in foul that's going to go against Brown. And that is going to send the Cheyenne Central to the basket. So Winfield picks up that foul.
And I think this is the first time we've seen Aggie Brown in the tournament. I don't know if she was injured and couldn't play the first 2 games or what was going on, but she's been a good essential piece here for the Tigers now that she's been in. Adds a little bit more length, a little bit more height, and she's using that to her advantage, grabbing some boards and preventing some drives using that wide wingspan.
Temple hits the first, misses the second. Rebounded by the Tigers, minute 25 to go. With Winfield with the ball, hands it off on the near side now. Whitney Hansen has it. Hansen moves across the court, left to right, off the Bell. Now in the middle to Hansen, and she's fouled. Picking up the personal is Gillum. That's going to be her second. Gillum reached in to try to knock the ball away and instead hit Brown's arm. So this is her first chance at a point in the tournament, Josh.
Yeah, and the Tigers are doing a pretty good job. The Central Lady Indians have been set in a 2-3 zone. They're they've been doing a good job finding a gap in between the two levels of the zone, as well as working it from left to right. When you have players in the zone, they often have to switch to cover different people over the entirety of the possession when you go left to right like that, as Tigers are able to collect an offensive rebound off the missed free throw.
Yeah, 1 of 2 for Brown, so she's in the scorebook now, and there's a drive to the basket and another held ball, I think. Yep, it's a held ball, and it'll go to Cheyenne.
And that was just a good tie-up by Winfield. She was a little bit out of position to try and get that rebound, but was able to put her paws around the ball, get the jump ball call, which, you know, it's good. Just a good high motor. Yeah, I've lost on my train of thought there.
Okay, Maddie Bailey into the game now for Cheyenne Central. They've got the ball with 44 seconds to go, trailing by 6 here in Lander. And there's the ball knocked away, but picked up by Mirich, and she is fouled by Whitney Hansen.
Yeah, another good defensive positioning there by Winfield. She was straight up. It's one thing they always tell you, if you're going to defend a shot, you got to make sure you are straight up and down. If you're leaning or put your hands forward to try and crowd the person, all they got to do is have a glance on their arm or their hand, and you'll get called for the foul. Had Hansen not been behind her, that shot probably would not have gone in. But in the end, I mean, it's a good hustle play. That's what I was trying to think of before. Good hustle by the Tigers on defense.
Gillum hits the first free throw. She'll have one more. It's 21-16 now. 5-point lead. Next shot is up, and it's a 4-point lead. 36 seconds to go, 21-17. Lander did have a 10-point lead earlier in this contest. There's Whitfield downfield, down court. Okay, and there's a steal by Cheyenne Central. Mirich all the way up and in for the 2 points. And it's a 2-point game as Cheyenne has come back from that 10-point advantage. The ball's knocked out of bounds, last touch by Lander. The 8th turnover, and Cheyenne putting on some pretty good pressure here in the final 2 minutes of the game, and they've cut that 10-point deficit down to 2. So there's Maddie. She brings the ball in, and the ball's taken away from her by Bell. Bell gets it for the Tigers. 7 seconds to go to Winfield. Winfield stops, set, shoots it short. Rebound by Hansen, and she's fouled.
Oh, Winfield was trying to put up the last-second shot, had the defender coming in, closing out from behind, so she had to hesitate a little bit, pump fake, then put it up. Shot was well short. Luckily, her teammate Hansen was there to pick up the offensive rebound. Tried to put in for the putback. She's hacked, and she'll go to line for 2. Makes the first one with half a second left here in the first half.
Yeah, just 0.5 of a second left to go. Whitney Hansen's next shot is off to the side.
Lane violation.
And we have a lane violation against Cheyenne, so we get to do it again. Well, that's as good as a turnover for the Tigers. Hansen fires the shot. It's good. So Hansen hits them both here with the game ending at the end of the first half of play. Lander goes into the halftime locker room with a 4-point lead. It's Lander 23, Cheyenne Central 19. Back after this.
The team at Lander Dental provides a wide range of services, including preventive, cosmetic, restorative, and reconstructive dentistry in a caring, comfortable setting. Lander Dental Group, 799 South 2nd Street in Lander.
There are 2 ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment. High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
I'm Bo Clark, coach of the University of Wyoming rodeo team, reminding you that putting on a seatbelt doesn't take 8 seconds and it can save your life.
Go folks, buckle up!
I think the world needs more cowboys.
Hey, watch where you're going.
Whoa! Ever since Rudolph got a new phone, he's been paying more attention to it than the road. I don't even think he realizes how dangerous it is.
Come on, man.
Rudolph, it's not very bright to be distracted during flight. Pay attention, keep it straight. Put your device down. It can wait.
No elves were harmed in the making of this commercial.
Stop the texts, stop the wrecks. Brought to you by WideDot.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunner's Automotive, 856-2288.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Ernie Over and Josh Henninger here at Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse in Lander at the Bill Stranagan Classic Basketball Tournament. The final 2 games for the Lady Tigers and Tigers in this tournament. We got a lot of sophomore and JV action coming up, though, later today. Let's take a look at the scorebook for the scoring for the Lady Tigers, led by Demi Stauffenberg. And Demi got all of her points in about the first 4 minutes of the game. She has 7, 3 field goals and 1 free throw. All their scorers for Lander, we have Ryan Bell with 4, a field goal and 2 for 2 from the line. Megan Winfield has 4 with 2 field goals in the first period of play. Then we go down to Taylene Tendor with 1 basket, 2 points. Darian Bell has 1 basket for 2 points. Aggie Brown got in and got a free throw, so she has 1 point, her first points of this tournament. And Whitney Hansen is 2 for 3 from the free throw line for a total of 6 points. The Cheyenne Central Lady Indians, looking at their scoring, pretty even. 5 points for Ella Gillum, all on the free throw line. She's 5 of 7. 7 points for Maddie Bailey. She has 1 tray and 2 field goals. Then we have 2 points by Drew Mirich on a field goal in the first period. Mia Gehrig with a field goal in the second. And Brogan Allen with a field goal in the second. And Temple has 1 point, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Score at the end of the first quarter was Lander 14 and Cheyenne Central 8. And in the second period, Central outscored Lander 11-9. And here at halftime, it's Lander 23, Lander Valley High School Lady Tigers 23, and Cheyenne Central Lady Indians 19. And your thoughts on the first half?
You know, overall, the Tigers did a great job. It looked like the Central Lady Indians were playing a 2-3 zone majority of that first half. They did a good job finding openings along the baseline, as well as taking it across between the perimeter zone of the defense and the baseline zone of the defense. They were also doing it well, moving it left to right. There was a little bit where the passes could have been better, but overall, the passes that they did have, they created open looks, and majority of the time, Tigers were able to convert those open looks, as well as work the ball inside, and did a good job working the ball inside, as well as on the defense. They did a really good job closing players out, preventing them from driving inside, especially with the two taller players from the Lady Indians and Winfield with the two big blocks, doing exactly what you need to do with positioning of not only her body, but as well as her hands to get the clean blocks without committing fouls. Those have been the key parts for the Tigers, is why they lead at halftime.
And we'll be back with more of the second half of the Bill Stranigan Basketball Classic from Lander after this.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Well, we're about ready to go with the third period of play. Lander Valley leading Cheyenne Central 23-19 in this girls game. Coming up right after this, we'll have the boys game, and that will be the Tigers and the Indians in that one. And if you missed part of the pregame show, Lander comes into this game right now 0-2. They lost to Sheridan and Cheyenne East, and the Lady Indians defeated Riverton 55-48, but lost to Star Valley yesterday in a close one, 29-26. So the Lady Indians are 1-1, and the Lady Tigers 0-2. And Lander gets the ball to start the second 16 minutes of play here from the Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse, and taking it out of bounds is going to be Whitney Hansen, and looks like we still have that press in place for the Cheyenne Lady Indians. So here we go. Lander has the ball. It's Tendor. Tendor drives it all the way down in the corner, then brings it back out on top of the arc now, stops on top, hands it off to Hansen, who doesn't shoot the three. Hansen moves it to the left wing, and it goes over to Stauffenberg, back to Hansen. Hansen looking for someone, has Tendor in the corner. She drives the baseline, loses the basketball, and guess what? Held ball.
I think that's about the 10th one we've had so far.
I don't know. I think it was around 348 I'd counted. It was a long bunch, yeah. Okay, Central has the ball on the alternating possession. Fast break, comes down. Shots up and good by Gehrig. She now has 4 points in the game, and it's a 2-point game. Quickly, down court, Tigers throw it away. And again, Josh, we're seeing that. They're trying to hurry and just put too much oomph into those passes.
Getting a little too excited. I know that Bell Tendor saw that Demi was open right on the near side wing, but you got to make sure and put that pass where it needs to be.
Here's Pillavent. Her shot is up, off not good. Rebounded by the Tigers' Bell, Ryan Bell. Getting hassled down there, but she gets the pass all the way down to Winfield. Inside the paint, Winfield loses the ball. Lost focus on that one, lost the ball. Stolen away by Bell. Bell gets the basketball, one-on-one against Pillavent. Shots up, and it rolls off, not good. And Bell ends up on the floor. That was because of the angle she took on the shot. Down court, here's a layup opportunity that's good by Maddie Bailey. And one, and we have a foul called on Winfield, her second.
As Coach Stauffenberg is getting a little heated with the ref, saying call it both ways. He was looking for a foul on Bell's shot opportunity from about 15 feet and didn't get it, but Cheyenne got the call on this side.
And it's going to stay with Lander on the missed free throw. And we have a timeout called by Glenn Kirkbride of the Central Indians. Back after this.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Well, we're tied again at 23-23. Lander had a 10-point lead late in that second quarter, but the Central press and not good ball handling by the Tigers resulted in a big surge by the Central Indians. And so we are now tied. 6:38 to go, third period. Lander will have the ball. That full court press still in effect by Coach Kirkbride, I'm sorry.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah, third time is the charm. There's the Tigers are in the backcourt. There's Ryan Bell with it. Long pass inside the forecourt to Tendor. Tendor drives the baseline, puts up the shot. It's short. Rebound fought for. It's going to go to Winfield of Lander. Winfield on top of the key, loses the handle on it, but it's picked up by Hansen. Back over to Tendor outside the arc on the right wing. Now to Hansen on this side. Hansen dribbles it in the corner to Winfield. Back over to Bell. In the corner, Stauffenberg for three. It's short. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Cheyenne's ball.
Even though they didn't make that shot, it's still a good look for the Tigers. They're able to pass it around the perimeter. They found the gap, and Stauffenberg was just sitting in the corner uncovered. I will never fault her for taking an open look like that.
Travel on the inbounds pass. Didn't have the right amount of footwork coordinated with the dribble. Ball's turned over. That's the 12th turnover by the Lady Indians. And here's Talene Tendor off to Ryan Lee. Lee goes down to the right-hand wing. Bounce pass in the corner to Winfield. Winfield caught in a trap here. Throws it away. Well, we've been talking about that all the time. They've got to avoid doing that. Now Central down court. Bailey shots up off, not good. Rebound is going to go to Bailey, and she's tied up. And possession arrow will go to Lander this time.
So the Sheriffs on the high school ladies basketball team? You said Ryan Lee instead of Bell?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Ryan Lee. The Sheriff is on the basketball team.
There
Fremont County Sheriff Ryan Lee instead of Ryan Bell, who's the one on and there's another bad pass and out of bounds. 12th turnover, Ryan. Well, when you're doing the news all the time, you're always talking about the Sheriff. So
yep.
That just kind of slipped in. One of those Freudian slips.
Mm-hmm.
Entering the basketball game now is Cameron Temple. Coming out of the game, Drew Mirich.
And I wonder if she was injured previously, or maybe she has had a history of knee injury. She's got a huge wrap on her left knee.
Central trying to break the press, and they do. Down court it goes to Kirkbride. Her hook shot is good. Kirkbride puts Cheyenne in the lead for the first time in a long time. I think it's the first time in the game Cheyenne's had the lead. And we have ball control issues again. Another turnover for Lander. 2-on-1 break for Central. Shot is up, not good. Offensive player control foul on Cheyenne Central, and that's going to be the third on Maddie Bailey.
Well, finally, Lander gets a call their way after 3 consecutive possessions where they ended with a turnover. Hopefully, they can get that concentration back like they had in the first half. Unfortunately, it's looking like the Lady Tigers of old in the previous 2 contests with passes going awry and ball control issues. It's just, one of those that it's hard to see just because it comes down to fundamentals. But hopefully, they can get back on track here.
4:54 to go here, third period of play. Lander and Cheyenne Central. Cheyenne just has taken the lead. Lander's having a tough time getting it down court, but they do, and then there's a foul underneath on Pillavent. That'll be her first.
That's just a great touchdown pass.
Yeah, it was.
Bell down to Winfield, who was positioned down in the paint already. Draws a contact from Pillavent, as that's her first foul.
Yep.
Surprisingly. And that'll send Winfield to the line for 2.
And she misses the first one. If Lander can get the ball past the timeline, they do pretty well, but Cheyenne's been pretty stingy on defense. Second shot's up and good. And it's a 1-point game now. Central 25, Lander 24. And Central facing a bit of a Lander press now, but the Tigers pull it back to half court. Gehrig brings it down for Cheyenne Central. She takes it into the corner. Pillavent has it. Now back on top it goes to Temple. Temple on the left wing looks for someone to throw it to. Almost lost the basketball. Now it's on the floor. She does lose the basketball. Lander picks it up. We have a fast break going underneath Tendor. Tendor stops in the lane, loses the basketball. It's on the floor, and we have another held ball. I tell you what, maybe the Lander Tigers ought to put some stickum on their hands, huh?
Yeah.
They're
well, the problem is if you put stickum on your hands, you're going to get called for traveling a lot because you won't be able to dribble.
Get rid of the basketball. Okay, well, that is the 14th turnover by the Lander Lady Tigers. We're halfway through the third period of play, and Cheyenne Central leads by 1. Here's a 2-on-1 break for Central underneath, and the ball gets away. Another turnover by Central. Lander goes this time. They've got a 2-on-2. Falling down on the play is Tendor, and she's going to be called for traveling.
And she, unfortunately, put herself in the corner again.
Yeah, she did, yeah.
Got double-teamed and was trying to break through it and got tripped, went to the floor. And as long as your feet move or your body moves while the ball is not bouncing, it is a travel.
25-24, Central by 1. Down court is Gehrig. Gehrig's been a pretty good floor general for Cheyenne Central. Gehrig loses the ball just as I say that. But the reason she lost the ball, she got fouled, and the personal foul is going to go against Ryan Bell. Not a shooting foul. Bell second. Central underneath the basket. Inbounds pass goes to Bailey. Bailey on the left wing outside. On top of the key, now around the horn to Gehrig. Gehrig in the lane, puts up a shot, it rolls in.
Got the shooter's roll on that one. She found just a little bit of a crease in the paint. Put up the shot, got the friendly bounce, and puts it in for 2.
Okay, Lander trying to break that press. They do. Stauffenberg has it now. She wasn't paying attention, and she got her pocket picked. Underneath the basket, Gehrig for 2. No, it rolls out. The rebound shot is missed. Another nice block down there by the Tigers, but Gehrig has it on top of the key. Now back over to Temple. Temple on the right wing moves toward the lane, hands it off to Kirkbride. She throws the ball up, not good. Lander will have it as the ball squirts out of bounds off Central.
Kirkbride initially had open lane in the paint to try and put it in, but good close out there by Friday. She was able to contest the shot, and now it looks like it's going to be a full timeout.
Yeah, let's go to a
taken
spot.
by Lander.
Yeah.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Is your resolution this year to be healthier? You may have made a commitment to improve your physical health, but don't forget about your financial health. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union is listed as one of the healthiest credit unions in the U.S., and we are the healthiest credit union in Wyoming, according to depositaccounts.com. Don't risk having your accounts anywhere else. Become a member today and accomplish your first resolution by becoming healthier. Financially speaking, that is. Federally insured by NCUA. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
Well, if you haven't heard the name of Rory Cowley called for the Cheyenne Central Indians, that's because she's not here. Coach Kirkbride was telling me this morning that she is in Cheyenne and taking the ACT test. So good for her. You got to keep up with the academics. Lander has it. Now Kiara Friday is in the game. And Lander in the backcourt. Here's Hansen back over to Ryan Bell. They've got that one figured out. Long pass is picked up down court by Winfield. Winfield in the corner avoids the trap. Off to Friday. On top of the key to Hansen. Around the horn it goes to Bell. In the corner, Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg underneath Bell. Puts up a shot. It rolls off the rim. Not good. Lander rebounds. Whitney. Hansen's shots off the back of the iron. 3-point lead for Cheyenne Central. They've got a 1-on-2 break. There's a shot up off the glass and in. Ooh, that was a good shot by Bailey. And it's now 29-24. Cheyenne seeing some success with their fast break. Down court, Hansen in the middle of the lane gives it off to Winfield for a short 10-footer. That's good. And Lander stops the bleeding.
Good vision by Hansen to see Winfield open on the baseline. Puts it up and in from about 8 feet. Cut that down to one possession lead.
There's a shot underneath the basket that goes awry. Cheyenne's going to get the rebound. We got 3 players on the floor getting a little physical down here. Here's Bailey off the glass and in for Cheyenne Central. And it goes 31-26, 5-point lead by Cheyenne Central. And there's Bell, gets it over to Hansen all the way down court. Winfield for 3 from the corner, hits the end back of the iron and not good. Rebounded by Cheyenne, and we go the other way, left to right here on the field at Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. And it's Mia Gehrig with the ball on top of the key off to Maddie Bailey. Bailey now hands it back to Kirkbride. Back to Bailey. Bailey holding the ball above her head. Now she makes a move off the glass, not good this time. Rebound on the floor, and it's going to be another held ball. And this one will
stays with Lander.
Yeah, so the Lady Tigers get it, and we have wholesale changes coming into the game now. For Cheyenne Central, we got 4 players. Just 3 coming off the bench. We'll pick up those numbers here in a minute. Okay, here's Ryan Bell. Ryan, long pass down court to Hansen. Hansen 1-on-none down there. Stops, doesn't shoot the ball, and gives it off to Ryan Bell. Now we've got another fight for the ball. Bell has it, bounces it out to Hansen. Hansen out on the left wing, gives it to Bell, across the line. Now goes in the corner. Stauffenberg drives the line, and she draws the foul. Picking up the pushing foul is Cameron Temple. 2 fouls each in this half by each team. Stauffenberg will take it out. Stauffenberg hasn't scored since the first 3 minutes of the game. She has 7 in the contest. That happened last night, too. Inside, here's the pass to Friday, back to Stauffenberg. And her shot for 3 hits the side of the iron, not good. Quick on the fast break and knocked out of bounds, I think, by Cheyenne Central, and it'll go to Lander.
Just a little bit of mad scramble by both teams here. in the later parts of the third quarter, as that one is a little too hot to handle for Friday. I think for Ryan Bell, she's got to just relax. You don't really need to fire every single pass like a bullet.
17th turnover for Lander in the game. Cheyenne Central has 14. Okay, here we go. Central with the ball in the corner. And the ball is stolen away by Stauffenberg. Lays it up and in.
That's just good play there by Stauffenberg, being able to anticipate. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Thank you, Ernie.
Yeah.
Anticipate the pass from one teammate to the other, and was able to take that away. As that score will be the end of the third quarter. Tigers behind by 3, 31-28. We'll be back with the final act between Tigers and Lady Indians here on KFCW.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County's school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
Back again for, as we say, the final act. Thank you, Josh. 31-28. Cheyenne Central with the lead going into the last 8 minutes. Lander led at halftime by a score of 23-19, and now we have a third period score ending at 31-28. So Cheyenne Central will have the ball. It's Maddie Bailey. Bailey brings the ball in quickly to Gehrig. Gehrig brings it down to the right wing, halfway between the two lines. Has the ball knocked away from her, but sharp hands by the Indians get it right back. And there's a pass in the middle to the big gal, Pillavent, and she travels. Well, yeah, you know, that's the problem when you've got a lot of height on you and you get the ball way up and you land and you start moving your feet without the ball.
She definitely is the tallest player out of anybody on the court, but yeah, definitely. If you have size but can't quite control it, there is a little bit of an issue there.
Well, Lander having trouble getting the ball in. There was a travel right there.
Yep.
Well, there was also a 10-second thing. You know, the Tigers were doing pretty good breaking the press last night in the second half, but they've forgotten how to do that. You got to bring someone in the middle, and you got to get the ball to the middle, then across the line.
And the big thing, too, is they keep going for the home run pass down court, but big thing is you need your players in the forecourt to realize that your teammates need help and come back to the timeline to not make that pass so long.
There's a bad pass by Central, gets away, and there's a steal by Central down court, shots up and in. Oh, nice shot by Bailey. She now has 15 points in the game.
Yeah, that was just a bad pass by Stauffenberg. You never want to do a bounce pass in the middle of traffic.
Well, you don't want to do a bounce pass anytime if I have anything to say about it. And fortunately, I don't. I'm not a coach. So Tigers get a foul underneath the basket, and it's going to go against Central and the ball, the foul is on Gehrig. Lander has it. Fourth team foul against the Central, and 2 against Lander so far in this half. Stauffenberg takes it out into Hansen. Top of the key, Winfield on the near side now. There's a long shot by Stauffenberg. Not good. Rebounded by Hansen, and it's blocked, and it goes out of bounds.
That should be a foul.
It should have been a foul, but it wasn't, so Stauffenberg will take it out. Little inconsistency today.
Yeah.
Okay, Stauffenberg out of bounds. Here's the long inbounds pass. Goes to Hansen. Hansen on top of the key to Kiera Friday. Now over to Stauffenberg. She launches a 12-footer, knocked to the ground, and a foul. Going to be called on Pillavent.
Finally, the ref gave the Tigers a foul. It's about 3 possessions in a row where there's been an arm shoved out, an elbow, or just a straight up push where it wasn't called. And this time it was called, and Stauffenberg's having to take a little bit of time to collect herself here. She went down to the deck hard.
Yeah, she went down hard, and now she walks slowly, holding her back to the free throw line. And we're going to have an official's timeout, I think.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Stauffenberg is going to have Demi come down and rest a little bit, get a look from the trainer. And it looks like that Ryan Bell will come in to replace her, and she will take place for Stauffenberg. Hopefully she's okay. It's just a stinger. And Ryan Bell will take the shots in her place.
Cyril having an extended conversation with Scott Quayle about that last call. Shot is good. And I think I overheard Cyril say you got to be consistent on both sides. But
you got to call it both ways. It definitely has been some ticky-tack stuff. They're calling in favor of Cheyenne Central and hard fouls like the last 2 that they have not been calling consistently.
Okay, Bell gets both, and it's again a 3-point lead, 33-30. Oh, there was a travel they got away with in the corner for Cheyenne Central. On top of the key now, Bailey has it. Bailey makes a drive to the basket, stumbles, and they're going to call a foul. Well, she stumbled because she got fouled. Yep.
Pretty sure there may have been a travel first, but.
Well, yeah, they didn't call it. So personal foul goes against Hansen. That's her second.
And luckily for the Tigers, there have not been a whole lot of fouls. The Cheyenne Central Lady Indians were in the bonus at the end of the first half, but nobody in real foul trouble. I think there's one player that has 3 fouls, and that's it for the Tigers.
Kirkbride has a pass down to Mirich that's knocked out of bounds, and that was Brown who knocked it out of bounds, Aggie Brown. Cheyenne with the ball under the basket. Inbounds pass comes to Gillum. Out on top now to Gehrig, back to Gillum, underneath the basket. Oh, she walks. And they call it a jump ball, a held ball. And it'd go to Lander. 6:06 to go in the game, 33-30. Okay, let's get that ball past the timeline, ladies. All right, there they do. They break the press a little bit better this time and travel. No, they're going to call the foul. Well, I hesitated because you don't know what is going to be coming down the whistle, and that's the 4th on Maddie Bailey. 5:58 to go in the game. Coming into the lineup again for Cheyenne is Temple. Coming out is Maddie Bailey with 4 fouls.
And that's a good break for the Tigers, her being in foul trouble, because she's definitely been the most consistent scorer for the Lady Indians.
Here's Ryan Bell. Around the key goes to Winfield. Darian Bell is also in the game now for the Tigers. Darian has it right now, and she's fouled by Mirich. First foul on Mirich. Kind of a reach in there, 5:40 to go in the game. 3-point lead by Cheyenne. And we go to the 1-1.
Yeah, that puts the Tigers in the bonus. That's 17th foul by the Lady Indians, which definitely helps the Tigers try to claw back to get the lead again here late in the fourth quarter, or halfway through the fourth quarter, I guess.
Darian Bell's free throw is good. Stauffenberg recovered from that hard foul and comes back into the game now.
Glad to see it was just a stinger, not anything worse. Even with the headset on, I could hear the sound of her hitting the deck, so it's good to see her back in the game.
2 free throws for Darian Bell, and it's a 1-point game, 33-32. Down court, there's Gillum. Gillum off to Brown. Shot is blocked.
Nice.
Blocked by Darian Bell, one of the shortest players on the floor. Knocked and blocked the foul or the ball by one of the tallest players. Okay, Cheyenne underneath their own basket. They better hurry and get it in, and they finally do to Gillum. Far side outside it goes to Gehrig. She launches a shot and draws the foul.
Darian Bell coming into the game, and now she's being a powerhouse on defense, getting that big block on the baseline, coming off the weak side, realizing that her teammate didn't have the coverage, came in, helped her out, got the big block, and then that time Cheyenne Central had a screen set up on the low block to set up the outside shooter. She's able to fight through the screen, get out there and close out to the player on the perimeter before she was able to put up the shot and force the contested shot, which is good defensive play by Darian Bell.
Gehrig makes one of 2 free throws. Cheyenne gets the rebound. She's triple teamed on the side. Marich from the corner, not good, rebounded by Cheyenne. And here goes Gehrig from outside, gets it. So another, 3 offensive boards that time by Cheyenne. And the Tigers get it across. No, there's that half-court trap again. They finally get it off to Bell. She's pushed out of bounds, and there's going to be a foul.
Yeah, it was pretty close. Luckily, she got the benefit of the call. I think she stepped on the end line as she was being pushed out of bounds. Luckily, she was bailed out by the foul, and she'll go to the line for the 1-and-1.
Temple gets the personal foul, her 4th in the game. 5 minutes to go. Tigers trail by 3.
And the Tigers still have 2 fouls to give before they put the Lady Indians into the bonus, so hopefully they're able to prevent them from having too many free throw attempts coming into the closing part of the game.
Well, Bell has hit all 6 of her free throws today, and it's a 2-point game, 36-34, the Tribe with the lead. Down court now we've got Gehrig. Gehrig loses the ball underneath the basket, but it's picked up, and that was Kirkbride, I think, that got that one. She got that one. It's now 38-34. Underneath the basket, ball's knocked out of bounds by Cheyenne. Lander will have it, 4:43 to go, 38-34, Central with the lead. Lander with the ball underneath the basket. We haven't talked much about the height of these 2 teams, but Cheyenne does have a little bit of a height advantage. There's a long 3 that's good by Ryan Bell.
Ryan Bell, long distance connection. I think that's only the first or second 3-pointer made by the Lady Tigers in this game. Big 3 late when they needed it.
There's Kirkbride for the drive. It's up off, not good. Tigers get the rebound. Underneath, it's Darian Bell. Outlet pass to Stauffenberg. Into the forecourt now. Stauffenberg over to Ryan Bell. Ryan on the near side. Darian Bell, her shot a little short. Rebounded by the Tigers underneath, and Ryan Bell is not fined. She's fouled.
Cheyenne Central players should be fined for that
That's right.
foul.
Yeah, and that was a foul of Marich, her 2nd. We're just about to the halfway point of the final 8 minutes, 38-37. Cheyenne with the lead, and Ryan Bell here up to the line.
Tigers can take the lead if both free throws are converted.
Well, we have a tie game right now, 38-38. And coming back into the game is Marich, and coming out, is Bailey, and coming out is Marich. Apologize for that. Here's the second shot up and good. So Lander now has taken the lead again, 39-38, halfway through the final 8 minutes of play. Cheyenne with the ball, down court on the near side. Ball stolen away by Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg back to Ryan Bell. Bell back to Stauffenberg in the forecourt. Stauffenberg on the left wing, dribbles to her right side, stops, goes to the left side to Ryan Bell, over to Darian Bell. In close proximity, I get their names mixed up occasionally. And there's the pass knocked out of bounds off a Cheyenne player, as again we got that darn trap situation over there.
And unfortunately, the Tigers keep putting themselves in the corner where it's a lot easier to bring in that double team and force the turnover.
Okay, here we go. Whitney Hansen has it on the far side, on top to Ryan Bell, around the horn to Darian Bell. Winfield has it now, can't drive the baseline. Pops it in the middle of Stauffenberg, and she's fouled. And that's going to be 5 on Maddie Bailey. And she comes to the side not very happy, fouling out of this game with 3:25 to go. But I tell you what, she had a heck of a game for the Tribe. 13 points in the game. They'll miss that. At the line, Stauffenberg. Shot's good.
The Tigers are now in the double bonus, so each foul they'll get 2 free throws. That's the 10th team foul by Cheyenne Central.
Stauffenberg eyes the hoop, and it rolls in. So she's 3 for 3 in the game, and Lander up now with 3.5 minutes to go, 41-38. Down court in the middle. Gehrig has the ball knocked away, stolen away by the Tigers. Winfield. She gives it back to Ryan Bell. Back to Winfield. Into the forecourt now on the left wing. Winfield dribbles it across the top of the key. Far side to Darian Bell. Darian Bell on top to Ryan Bell. 3:03 to go in the game. Darian Bell in the corner. Bounces around, brings it out on top of the key. Now back over to Ryan Bell. She tries to make a penetration. She does. Lays it up and in. Ryan Bell for 2.
That's the second or third time she just made a loop on the inner part of the arc, finds the opening and puts the scoop shot up and in, extending that lead to 5 points. Timeout taken by Cheyenne Central. We'll be back right after this.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression, and I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Okay, and Josh Allen, of course, is worthy for Wyoming with the Buffalo Bills. Haven't had a great season this year, have they, Josh? They've lost, 5 games, I think, this year, and last year they were almost undefeated going into the AFC Championship.
Yeah, they've had kind of an up and down year. They've played well against good teams, and they've played bad against teams you'd think they'd win, like that loss to the Jaguars. But hopefully they'll be able to turn around here at the later part of the season.
Okay, 2:41 to go. Lander up by 5 over Cheyenne Central. With the ball is Gehrig, and the crowd all of a sudden coming alive here at Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. Gehrig has it on the far side outside. Still on top, hands the ball off to Kirkbride. Now behind her, it goes to Temple. Temple on the right side, hands it off to Kirkbride on the near side. Gehrig looked like she wanted to fire it from outside the arc, but didn't. Kirkbride has it now. She drives the lane. Can't shoot there, so it goes in the middle. Shots up off the glass and in by Kirkbride.
That was just a good shot by Kirkbride, able to fight through the minor contact there, find an open spot in the paint, puts it up and in for 2.
Okay, here we go. Stauffenberg to Ryan Bell on top. Minute 50 to go in the game. Lander by 3. Over to Darian Bell. Darian Bell works her way halfway between the 2 lines, and it's knocked out of bounds by Cheyenne. Mirich slapped the ball out and whistled timeout. Lander wants to talk about it as they got close to that that trap again. Of course, Darian is the youngest player out there, and she needs to learn not to dribble over there and get herself caught with 2 defenders around her.
Well, it's not just her either. I mean, Ryan has done it too.
Ryan
Talene Tendor has done it as well, and it's one of those that when you have the full court press set up, what they're wanting to do is funnel you into the corner, force that double team, and make you try to spin around, force a turnover, do whatever they can to rip that ball from your hands or cause a foul. But the big thing is there are ways to break it. There are ways to get around it. And the big thing is, even though the Tigers are trying to have Winfield or Stauffenberg down near the baseline to give them that long baseball pass for the easy score, they also have to recognize that their teammates need that extra help and just come back up to near the timeline or across the timeline to give them that extra passing option to break the press.
1:42 to go in the game. Lander with the basketball and a 3-point lead for the Lady Tigers. Whitney Hansen to take it out of bounds for the green and white. Inbounds it to Ryan Bell in the backcourt. Now she crosses the timeline. Moves back to the other side to Darian Bell. Darian doesn't take the shot. Back over to Stauffenberg, who was open for a second. She didn't, but Winfield will. Three-pointer. Winfield, bam, the Tigers score a 3.
Winfield, big 3, pushing that lead to 6 with just over a minute left.
Cheyenne Central trying to get the ball back, and they throw it away, and it goes out of bounds, and Lander will have the ball with 1:16 to go and a 6-point lead.
All of a sudden, the Tiger defense just put it into overdrive, finding that last gear, kicked it in, and now they're starting to get pretty stingy on defense, forcing turnovers.
Ryan Bell breaks the post, or breaks the what am I trying to say here, Josh? The press.
There
the press, not the post. We have a held ball, and it's going to go to Cheyenne. 1 minute to go, 60 seconds left in this game. It's a 2-point possession for Lander if Cheyenne hits threes. And Tendor back into the game for Lander. We haven't seen her in a while. Taline Tendor. Cheyenne brings the ball down court. Their playmaking guard, Mia Gehrig, has it on top of the arc. On the near side to Temple. Temple almost lost a handle on the ball to Gehrig. Her shot for 3 is not good. Rebound goes to Central. Ball's knocked away on the ground. Lander comes up with it on another foul. Reach-in foul on Cheyenne. 41 seconds to go. And the foul is going to be on Gehrig, and that's her 3rd. And at the free throw line is Megan Winfield. She's 1 for 2 from the line today.
And now you're at the point of the game. Cheyenne Central trying to prevent the Tigers from playing keep away, since in high school basketball there is no shot clock. So you'll see them do the intentional fouls against the Tigers to force them to the line and get the possession back. Coach Stauffenberg takes a timeout, 30-second timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
41 and 5/10 seconds to go here in the basketball game. Lander has a 7-point lead. They'll be at the free throw line. Megan Winfield is now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. A free throw here might ice the game for the Lady Tigers, looking for their first win of the season. And Cheyenne Central already has a win. They beat Riverton 55-48 on Thursday. Lost last night to Star Valley 29-26.
And we've got tournament play again next weekend here in Lander.
Yeah, the Lander Classic and the Douglas Classic changing teams. And there's the free throw that might do it. 48-40, Lander Valley with the lead. Down to 38 seconds to go. Mirich with the basketball, drives the lane, puts up a shot. It's blocked by Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg gets the block. We're down to 29 seconds to go. Here's Tendor, and she's fouled in the backcourt by Mia Gehrig, and that'll be Gehrig's 4th.
That's a good job by Tendor. She's trying her best to try and get past the half-court line, but again, Cheyenne Central's in that spot where it's just going to be intentional fouls so they can get the ball back. Send Tendor to the line for 2.
Got the first one.
Nothing but net,
as they say. There's also that expression, nothing but nylon.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if they use nylon nets.
I don't know.
We'll have to check that out. Second one, just like the first one. It's 50-40, 10-point lead, 23 seconds to go. Lady Tigers en route to their first win of the year over Class 4A Cheyenne Central. Cheyenne Central, Kirkbride has it, can't shoot. On the near side, Mirich puts one off the glass. No, not good. Rebound by the Tigers, and we have a foul on Mirich, or on Gehrig. I'm sorry. No, that was who? I'm going to wait for the call. Yeah, okay, it was Temple, and she fouls out of the game with 7 seconds to go. Temple fouls out, having only scored 1 point in the game. And earlier, Maddie Bailey fouled out.
Tigers have not committed a foul since about the 5-minute mark of the 4th period.
And guess who's at the line for the Lady Tigers? It's Ryan Bell. Shots nothing but net, nothing but nylon. It ripped the cords.
She's still perfect from the line?
Still perfect from the line. Maybe we shouldn't have said that before this next shot.
Good point. Broadcaster curse.
All right,
she
there we
beat
go.
it.
She got it.
All right,
She
good.
overcame the curse.
I don't feel bad now.
Okay, 4 seconds to go. Cheyenne in the corner. They're looking to put up a shot. They do at the buzzer, and it goes in. And it was Kirkbride that gets the basket. And our final score, Lander 52. The Lander Valley Lady Tigers and the Cheyenne Central Tribe, the Lady Indians, 42. So Lander gets their first win of the season, and we'll be back right after we take this timeout.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-3941 today. That's 332-3941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
All right, listen up, elves. I know this is a busy time of year, and we all have places to be and things to do. But please, don't text and drive. Be careful. Last week, Sheldon and Shipping crashed into a load of Legos. And yesterday, Randy and Rapping ran through a red light. Just slow down, buckle up, and put your phone down while you drive. Thank you. Now get back to work.
Stop the texts, stop the wrecks. Brought to you by YDOT.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. John Shade, your Lander Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why John Shade is a proud sponsor of Lander Tigers basketball on KFCW. For all of your
Well, back again, John Shade, for all of your insurance and financial needs there. Accidentally had a hit wire there, and it changed the ad out. We're about 8 minutes away from the boys' game, and what I want to do now is talk about the girls, how they finished. Ryan Bell in double figures, 17 points for the Lady Tigers. Megan Winfield had 12, but Ryan Bell, perfect from the line, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of 10 from the free throw line, and that helped ice it here in the late stages of the fourth quarter. 11 points by Demi Staffenberg, 4 by Taylene Tendor. We had Whitney Hansen with 2, Darian Bell with 2, and Aggie Brown with 1. On the Cheyenne side of the ledger, Maddie Bailey had 13. She was the leading scorer. Mia Gehrig had 9. Morgan Kirkbride ended up with 8, 5 points for Ella Gilliam, and 2 points each for Drew Myrich, and 2 points for Brogan Allen. No points for Pillavent, and 1 point for Temple. So that was the scoring. Coming up next on the YO Today Media radio station, KFCW, we will have the boys' game between the Cheyenne Central Indians and the Lander Valley Tigers. And we'll be back with that broadcast right after we listen to this.
Call John Shade at 335-7722 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
Back again at Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse on the campus of Lander Valley High School. It's the Bill Stranagan tournament that is held annually up here in Fremont County, and this year some Class 4A teams were invited. Instead of Lander going north to play like Lovell and Grable and those places, they made arrangements with the folks over in Riverton to bring some 4A schools up here so we can have a little tougher talent here in the beginning of the season to get them ready for their next tournament and, of course, conference play. And Lander Valley comes into this game losing their first two of the tournament. They lost 55-70 to Sheridan and 72-52 to Cheyenne East. And the Central Tribe, they come into this game also 0-2. They lost last night to Star Valley 57-53, and they defeated and they lost to Riverton 56-46. So 2 losses for each of the boys' teams coming in, and this Josh Henniger will be another good test for Lander Valley.
Yeah, looking at it on the court, it looks like just appearance-wise, Cheyenne Central definitely has the height advantage, which we've seen pretty much throughout the entire time of this tournament. 4A schools obviously have more people in the school, more players in athletics, so you will see teams with quite a bit bigger size advantage, something that so far the Tigers have done a good job keeping them under wraps, and they've played really good basketball. They do have 0-2 record, and both of those losses being double digits, but when you look at the meat and potatoes of the statistics, they really only had one bad quarter in both games. But overall, they're doing a good job. Defense is doing pretty well. Offense is getting open looks. Unfortunately, they've just had a little bit of an issue getting the shots to drop. So hopefully the Tigers are able to do a good job with that, as well as continue to get those open looks, put them in as much as they can, as they are a perimeter shooting team first. They will do a good job of forcing the ball inside in the lane and then kicking it back out to try and get that open look. But we'll see what they can do, as well as see if they can prevent the offensive rebounds. That's been the biggest problem for the Tigers so far, is Sheridan out-rebounded them a ton, mostly on the offensive boards, where they got second, third, and fourth chance points, and that happened in both contests so far for the Tigers. So hopefully with those, as well as some other key points, Tigers are able to pull it out and do exactly what the girls did, as you just heard, as they were able to get their first win of the season. So we'll go ahead, take a break, and we'll be back with your Sutherland's Home Improvement starting lineups and get you ready for the contest between Cheyenne Central and Lander boys here in the Stranigan Classic Tournament. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Mama. Welcome to my kitchen.
Mama's Kitchen in Lander is ready to wow you with their home-style fixins. Visit the coffee corner and don't forget to try Mama's biscuits, made just the way her Mama made them. And the Mama before that. With local and specialty ingredients making up their cuisine, it'll be the place you can't get enough of.
And just simple, tastes good, delicious, get me all ready for the day.
Down to earth, and yes, I would definitely come back.
Home cooking like you've never tasted before. 260 Grandview Drive in Lander.
Come on down to Grandma's!
The team at Lander Dental provides a wide range of services, including preventive, cosmetic, restorative, and reconstructive dentistry in a caring, comfortable setting. Lander Dental Group, 799 South 2nd Street in Lander. There are 2 ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
And back at Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse in the Bailey Tire and Auto Service Center pregame show, and we've been talking a lot about the height of the Cheyenne Central team, and let me tell you what, they are high. Their starting lineup tonight is a 6'1 junior, a 6'6 senior, a 6'3 senior, a 6'4 sophomore, and a 6'4 sophomore. So we've got some tall timber. On the other side, Lander's tallest player is Brennan Stauffenberg at 6'3", and Tanner Bird at the 6'2". So the height advantage definitely going to the Cheyenne Central Indians in this game. And with the starting lineups of tonight's contest, here's Josh Henninger.
All right, we'll start with the Cheyenne Central Indians. We have point guard number 3, 6'1" junior Jackson Whitworth. We have the forward 6'6" senior number 14 Adam Jardez. And the shooting guard will be 6'3" senior number 15 Nathaniel Talich. And the next guard, so it looks like you got 3 guards and 2 forwards in the lineup for the Indians. 6'4" sophomore Chase Talich, number 21, he'll be the forward. And 6'4" sophomore James Brown, number 25, will be the last starter for Central. And for your Tigers, we have Kellen Donahue, 5'11" senior number 3. Number 4, 5'10" senior Jace LeClaire. Number 5, Tanner Bird, 6'2" senior. He'll be down in the post. Number 11, Tisso Gwynna, 5'7" senior. He'll be a guard. And down on the post, rounding out your Tigers starting lineup, number 23, 6'3" junior Brennan Stauffenberg.
And, of course, on the WYO Today Media Radio, we've got some other games coming up today. On 99.1 KWYW, the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs versus Wright. That's at 2 o'clock with Cody Beers and Jason Peterson. And then actually at 11 o'clock here. Hey, it's going on here in 20 minutes. 11 o'clock this morning, we have Cody and Jason doing St. Stephen's Lady Eagles versus Wright. That's on 99.1. On 93.9, we will have the Riverton Wolverines as they face the Cheyenne's Thunderbirds, and the Lady Wolverines game is at 3 o'clock, and then the Wolverines at 4:30, and that's over at the RHS gym. Those are the broadcast games today on WYO Today Media. And the starting lineups being introduced to the crowd here today. Coach Tag Lane of Cheyenne Central and Coach Stu Mullins of Lander Valley. Both like this tournament. They've enjoyed coming up here to Lander. Well, of course, the Lander folks live here, so they enjoy it. Very well. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's something that I believe it was Coach Mullins was saying Tigers have like 15 home games this year, which is a lot.
Isn't that amazing?
And definitely, like him and Coach Stauffenberg were talking about with the logistics and finances and possible budget cuts, having a lot of those home games definitely helps.
Yeah, it certainly does, and that means other teams are going to be traveling. So the Tiger starters, Donahue, LeClaire, Bird, Gwynna, and Stauffenberg. And for Cheyenne Central, Whitworth, Gerdes, Talich, and Brown. Nathaniel Talich, we'll probably call him Nate, and Chase Talich. And, of course, they come from good stock, 6'3" and 6'4". So it's going to be a game of Lander's quickness against the height of Cheyenne Central. So Adam Gerdes is in the jump circle on top of the Tiger Paw here in Lander, and he's going up against Brennan Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg put his hair in a bun today, Josh.
Yeah, he's had a different hairstyle pretty much every game so far.
Yeah, the tip goes to Gwynna for Lander. Gwynna over to Stauffenberg. Near side it goes to Tanner Bird. Bird guarded very closely there off to Gwynna. Now to Donahue. Donahue near side to Jace LeClaire. And the ball goes out of bounds off Tanner. So the Tigers commit the first turnover without getting a shot. 7:37, we've just started the first period from Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse in Lander. The Bill Stranigan Classic Basketball Tournament in Fremont County. And now for the Cheyenne Central Indians, Talich, and Nate Talich brings it down underneath the basket. He's open, puts up the shot off the glass and in.
That's just a good hesitation there by Cody Philbin as he got the Tiger defender to go up in the air, waited for him to come down, and then put up the easy basket.
There's Gwynna with the ball on top of the key. Underneath it goes to Stauffenberg. He can't shoot from the lane. In the corner, Tanner Bird can't shoot, so he brings it on top to Donahue. Now to Gwynna. In the corner, LeClaire for three. No. And the rebound will have a held ball. And the ball will go to the Lander Tigers. Good hustle that time by Kellen Donahue.
That one's going to go to Central.
Oh, they pointed. Okay, so Cheyenne Central gets it. They're all in red. They've got their red traveling uniforms, black lettering, Central, and white numbers. So they're pretty easy to see here. We appreciate that. Lander in their home white. Here comes the Indians now underneath. There's another one to Talich, Nate Talich, and he gets 2 in a row. Both of them in the paint, right underneath the basket. On the Lander side, a little faster paced game here. Here's Gwynna. Gwynna on top of the key, fires it to the right-hand side, and Bird makes a little bit of a move, stops at the free throw line, fires it on top of the key to Donahue, who will make a drive, can't shoot, to Tisso Gwynna for 3. Tisso Gwynna gets the 3, bam, bam, he's on fire again.
That's the thing you want to see for the Tigers early. They're making their shots. They had a good setup, found the open man, was able to beat the defensive coverage, and Gwynna takes advantage, puts it in from a long distance.
Oh, Mirage traveled, and they're going to call him for a player control foul. That was Nate Talich.
Yeah, that one you either could have called him for the travel or the charge, and they went with the more serious offense. Either way, Tigers get the ball down by 1, 6:02 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, he got his feet tangled up there as he tried to go in the lane. Here comes Gwynna. Gwynna hands it off to LeClaire. LeClaire drives the basket, puts it up and in. Nice drive by Jace LeClaire for 2, and the Tigers lead 5-4.
Jace LeClaire's had a little bit of a slow start in this opening tournament. Hopefully that helps put him in high gear and he gets some baskets putting in for the Tigers.
Chase Tallis in the corner to James Brown. Brown drives the lane, soft roll for 2. Nice drive by James Brown.
James Brown, the 6'4" sophomore, using that frame to his advantage, gets it inside for the easy basket. It looks like there's going to be a foul on the floor before the shot attempt by Gwynna.
Yeah, it's going to go against Sam Shumway, and that'll be his first personal foul. 2 fouls for Cheyenne, none for Lander so far in the game. Gwynna to take it out of bounds at the 5:25 mark. Has the ball high above his head. Throws a long, high-arching shot into Tanner Bird. Bird in the forecourt, stops, guarded very closely, gets it off to Gwynna, who came to his rescue. Gwynna on top of the key, off to Donahue. Donahue moves to the right-hand side, tries to do a dribble drive to get away, almost traveled with the ball, gets it on top to LeClaire. LeClaire now makes a couple juggle moves, and he is he's not called, but Cheyenne called for a foul on the floor.
Looks like a blocking foul on number 14. That's Adam Gerdes for Cheyenne Central. Tigers still retain possession.
Jace LeClaire in the corner fires a 3-bomb. It's no good, short. Rebounded. Jason Whitworth brings it down for the Indians. On the near side, almost losing it out of bounds, is Chase Tallich. He dribbles it out to the front to the brother, now to James Brown. To the other Tallich, Nate Tallich for 3, and he gets it. Nate Tallich has got all but 2 of Cheyenne's points.
Yeah, Nate Tallich saw that he had the mismatch. He's quite a bit taller than defender. Going up against him, puts it up and in for 3 as the Indians force a turnover, and that one's up and in for Nate Tallich.
Yeah, he had 2 on the give and go on the steal, and Cheyenne up now 11-5 quickly on our KFCW scoreboard. Here's Donahue for Lander. Lander, he stops in the lane, doesn't shoot, comes out, gives it to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg to Tanner. Tanner Bird. Now over to LeClaire. LeClaire dribbles it across on top of the key. Over to Gwynna. Ball's on the ground, and Gwynna dribbles it. Oh, nicely. Over to LeClaire. Underneath, Stauffenberg for 3. It's not good. Rebound by Brown. Cheyenne goes the other way, right to left on the floor here. The Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. There's a 3-bomb by Whitworth in the corner. No. Rebounded by Bird. Lander goes the other way. 3:41 to go here. 11-5, Cheyenne Central. Here's Gwynna off to Donahue. Donahue in the lane, moves out quickly to LeClaire for 3. That's off, not good. Just grazed the right-hand side of the rim. Down court, Whitworth has it in the corner. Tallich, Chase Tallich, can't shoot to Brown. He throws it out of bounds. It's going to stay with Cheyenne as apparently Donahue got his hand on it.
As Carter Ayers and Callum Wheeler come in for the Tigers, replacing LeClaire and Bird their first time entering the contest for the Tigers.
Nate Talich to take it out of bounds, the 6'3 senior for the Tribe. 3:19 to go in the first period. There's the handoff. Oh, wide open lane. Kissing it off the glass
Missed it.
is Talich, the other Talich, and the ball just rolled right off the rim. I thought it was going to go in.
Yeah, he missed the bunny. He had the wide open shot. He forced it a little too fast. Didn't quite get enough arc on it. Rolled off the front of the rim. But Central still retains possession. They'll inbound the ball again.
Carter Ayers with the basketball, or with the foul that time. Here's Nate Talich on top of the key. He drives toward the baseline, spins, shoots, and is fouled. One more coming for Nate Talich.
Nate Talich so far has been a force to be reckoned with for the Central Indians as they extend that lead to 13-5. And quickly, so far, after almost 5 minutes in the first quarter, Tigers had no fouls, and now they're up to 2 as Talich goes up and converts the and one opportunity.
Nate Talich has 12 of Cheyenne Central's 14 points here at the 3-minute mark of the first period of play. Here's Gwena, found a little bit of an opening, but he doesn't go to the basket. Passes it off instead to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg moves it across the line. Now in the middle, Donahue back off to Ayers for 3. It's not good, too short. And the big guy there, Adam Gerdes, the 6'6 senior, sweeps the boards clean. In the corner, there's one by Chris Talich. Not good. Rebound by Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg stops on the far side outside, hands it off to Donahue. Donahue on the right wing, looking for someone to throw it to. He better hurry, and it goes to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg on top of the key, over to Ayers. Ayers now has the ball knocked away from him, but it was touched by Cheyenne, so it's not an over and back as he retrieves it in the backcourt. Stauffenberg now, bounce pass in the middle to Gwena. Gwena doesn't drive the baseline. He's blocked out there. Now he's going to try again. Whistle at a blocking foul is going to be called on Jackson Whitworth.
That was just a great backdoor cut by Gwena. He saw that the person was leaking out towards Stauffenberg to maybe set up the double. So he breaks off, goes to the backside. Good bounce pass by Stauffenberg. Luckily for Cheyenne Central, the man that was in the post came up on the low block with the weak side help on defense and cut Tissot off so he couldn't score it. Tigers will try and get a set play here as they inbound the ball under the basket.
Gwena has it outside, and a foul is going to be called on Lopez. Abe Lopez, who just came into the game, tried to bowl his way through the traffic there, and they call him for a player control foul, his first for Lopez.
Yeah, there's not often you get a charge call on an inbound play, but unfortunately Tigers did, and it looks like Coach Mullins wants to take a timeout. We'll take it with him. We'll be back after this with more basketball here on KFCW and YO Today Media.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Du Bois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment. High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Back in play, Cheyenne Central has the basketball. I apologize to the Tribe fans. Cheyenne Central with the ball. Freeze has it in the middle. It goes to Philbin. Philbin can't shoot. In the corner, though, Whitworth has it, and he is fouled by Ayers, I think. I didn't see that one either.
I thought maybe it was a travel, but they're going to call Ayers for the hold.
Second personal foul on Carter Ayers. Cheyenne has it out of bounds. Here's that's Nate inbounds the pass to Whitworth. Whitworth on the right wing gives it right back to Talich. Oh boy, 3-point shot by Talich. Nothing but net. He has 15 of Cheyenne Central's 17 points right now.
Nate Talich is just an outside sniper. It doesn't matter where he shoots it from, he puts it up and in.
There's Lopez for 3. No, he gets his own rebound. He knocks it right off a Cheyenne player and out of bounds.
That was a bad decision by Abe Lopez. I think he thought that Nate was going to come over and block him, but instead he leaked over to the far side. He should have just taken that one up and in himself.
Gwynna takes it out of bounds. There's the inbounds to Ayers. His shot off the glass, not good. Tip is up by Wheeler, not good. He gets his own rebound. Wheeler has the ball knocked away, though. A turnover by the Tigers as the pass was intercepted. Down court in the corner, it's Talich. On top of the key, Whitworth with the shot. Rebounded by Talich. Makes a move to the basket and 2 more.
Nate Talich is on fire for the Cheyenne Central Indians with just about every score except for 2 buckets. 1 bucket.
1 bucket, yeah.
For the Indians.
Here's Lopez. Lopez on the right wing moves it on top of the key to Wheeler. Wheeler on the far side goes to Ayers, to Donahue. Now back on top to Ayers, to Tissot Gwynna. Gwynna, bounce pass underneath Ayers, in the lane, fouled.
Good vision there by Tissot Gwynna. He saw that his counterpart Ayers was going to have the backdoor cut along the baseline, split the defense perfectly with that bounce pass. That's about the only way he was going to get it through the traffic there to Ayers. He goes up for the drive, gets the contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Ayers has not scored in the game yet and still has not, as that free throw went awry. So it will be a second of 2 shots here. 33 seconds to go in the first period. Nate Talich, 17 to 5. Okay, we get a foul on Lander this time, over the back on the rebound attempt. And it's going to go against Abe Lopez again. So he comes in the game and gets 2 quick fouls. Checking in for Cheyenne is Sam Shumway. And who went to the bench? I'm not sure. Well, the Cheyenne Central coach races up to the second mezzanine here of the field house. I'm not sure why. And 13, Zach Wiltinger is coming into the game. Okay, so 19 to 5. Oh, we've got, I know why. He ran up for Freezer's parents. He apparently got jabbed in the eye, so they're getting some medicine for him. Nate for 2 and 1.
Nate Talich has just taken over this game. He has 19 points now, and he goes to the line for 20 points if he makes his free throw in the first quarter.
For 19 points. And somebody else has 2.
Right.
And that's John Brown.
Makes the free throw now.
He does, yeah, he did. You're right, absolutely. Okay, 18 seconds to go, 22 to 5. 20 of those points belong to Nathaniel Talich of Cheyenne Central. What a play, what a show he's putting on here this morning in Lander. And the Tigers throw the ball away. It's on the ground. Picked up by Cheyenne Central. We'll have a held ball. Yep, held ball. Boy, they're sure slow making those calls. And it'll go to Cheyenne. 2.9 seconds to go. Oh, no, it goes to Lander. I apologize. Lander will have it out of bounds with 2.9, well, almost 3 seconds, just 1 second short. McClung fires from half court, hits the backboard, but nothing else. And that's the end of our first period of play with Cheyenne Central just in control of, well, I should say Nathaniel Talich in control. That shooting guard has 20 points. James Brown has 2, and Lander has a total of 5. We'll be back after this.
I'm Bo Clark, coach of the University of Wyoming rodeo team, reminding you that putting on a seatbelt doesn't take 8 seconds, and it can save your life.
Go Pokes, buckle up!
Hey, watch where you're going.
Whoa! Ever since Rudolph got a new phone, he's been paying more attention to it than the road. I don't even think he realizes how dangerous it is.
Come on, man.
Rudolph, it's not very bright to be distracted during flight. Pay attention, keep it straight. Put your device down. It can wait.
No elves were harmed in the making of this commercial.
Stop the texts, stop the wrecks. Brought to you by YDOT.
Well, Feezer has 2 tissue plugs in both of his nostrils as he comes back out of the locker room. They had to do a little blood cleanup on the floor there during that timeout. We're into the second period of play now. There's a turnover by Cheyenne, a rare one. Long pass down court with us. Jace LeClaire, he falls out of bounds. Oh, they're going to call a foul instead on Chase Talich.
Yeah, LeClaire was definitely bailed out on that call. He was driving along the baseline, tried to get inside, and was losing his footing. Luckily, he kind of bumped into Talich there and got the foul.
Stauffenberg to take it out for the Tigers into Gwinna. Gwinna in the corner on the near side, dribbles it out halfway between the 2 lines. Makes a move to the center now, hands it off to Tanner Bird. Bird dribbles, spins, goes in the lane, lays it up and misses. He was guarded very closely by Brown. That almost was a block. 15, here's Nate again. Oh my gosh, another 23 points in the game. It's a 20-point lead, 25-5.
That right side wing is definitely his hot spot on the arc. I think he's made 3 threes from that point.
Yeah, he likes that side of the floor. Here's Jace LeClaire now off to Bird. Bird to Stauffenberg. Around the key, McClung has it. McClung drives to the top of the key, gives it off to LeClaire. LeClaire makes a drive for the basket, puts it off the glass, but misses the shot. It just rolled off. And Nate gets the rebound. Nathaniel Talich on the near side. Around the horn it goes to Whitworth. Back to Talich. He steps in the lane, can't shoot. The ball's knocked away. Turnover. Lander will bring it the other way, trailing by 20 points. Here's Tisso Gwinna. Gwinna with the basketball, stops, still has the ball, fires on top to Stauffenberg. Tanner Bird has it on the far side now, moves it on top, underneath for Stauffenberg, under the basket, he can't shoot, gives it off to LeClaire, turns over, went off his leg, 1-on-1, Nate Talich in the lane and jump ball. Great defense by LeClaire.
Great tie-up by LeClaire. Talich is trying to go in with a little pro hop, bring the ball around, and as he went up for the shot, LeClaire just put his paw right on top of it, forcing the blocked attempt of the shot and held it all the way down. So it's jump ball. Possession arrow went to the Tigers, so they'll go ahead and take over.
Donahue back in the game for Lander, replacing, who does he replace? Tanner Bird. Here's Gwinna in the corner, off to LeClaire, on top to Stauffenberg. McClurg for 3, in and out, no good. Brown with the rebound, high for Cheyenne Central. He crawled the ladder that time to get that one. Although he didn't have to crawl too high, he's 6'4". All right, underneath the basket, almost falling out of bounds was Talich, the other Talich, Chris. Here's Nate Talich now, where he likes to shoot that ball. He's wearing red tennis shoes, too. He's got a red uniform. On the near side to Chase Talich. Around the horn, Nate Talich has it again. Underneath, all alone, putting up the layup for good. Well, I tell you, the Tiger defense went left and he went right. Uncontested layup, 27-5. Here's Gwinna on the outside. Gwinna underneath to Stauffenberg for the layup, and he misses it. It rolls right off. A little bit too much oomph on that one. And here's Nate with a 360 move, and he misses the shot. One of his rare misses today. Comes down the floor now to Gwinna. Gwinna drives in the lane, off the glass. No, off the bottom of the backboard, actually. Back down to Nate. Talich shots up. It's blocked. Brown gets the rebound. And James Brown is the only other player than Gerdes who has a basket for Cheyenne Central. Left all alone, McClung, and he misses the layup.
That one got partially blocked, I think, by Chase Talich. He was coming in with the chase down block. I think he got just enough of that ball to make it differ its course just a smidge, as there was a foul on the floor.
Yeah, they called the foul on James Brown. And so he's going to come off. They substitute. Oh, boy, we got all 5 new players in now, including Fieser, who had that bloody nose. Going to the line is Donahue. Kellen. Shots up. No, it's not good. Tigers can't get anything to drop here. They've missed like 3 layups and a couple of free throws. Down court, we got to get these new numbers now. Here's Isaiah Rigg. Rigg has it. Cross court it goes to Shumway. Up on top, there's a shot, not good. Rebounded by Cheyenne Central. Shumway has it again. He's on top of the circle. Bounces it on the near side to Rigg. Rigg back to Shumway. Shumway drives it in the corner, tries to drive the baseline. He's blocked out there by LeClaire. On top to Rigg. Rigg comes around the arc, and on the left wing to the right wing, there's a three-pointer by Sam Shumway. Well, I guess it doesn't matter who's shooting it. It's going in for Cheyenne. Here's Donahue. Tries to drive the lane. Based out. Three-pointer by Gwissa. Not good. Rebound by Donahue is up and good for Lander. And the lid is finally off the Lander basket.
Yeah, the Tigers had 3 open looks on back-to-back-to-back possessions. Unfortunately, they weren't able to put the ball in. And that time, great offensive rebound, put the basket in. There's a full timeout taken by Central. We'll go ahead and take it with them. We'll be back after this.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
3:45 left until halftime, and it's been all Nate Talich in this game. Cheyenne Central 32, Lander 7. Talich has 23 of those 32 points. Only 9 points scored by someone other than Nate Talich. And now we found out that Sam Shumway can really hit it from outside. He's got the ball right now. Stops, hands it off to Rigg. Rigg's shot for 3 is no good. Rebound goes off of Cheyenne Central and out of bounds. Lander will have it. Fieser, the big guy there, he was just standing, and the ball was knocked right off his uniform.
And the Tigers need to take advantage of Cheyenne Central having all their subs in, see if they can cut down on this lead.
Here we go with Silas Weaver into the game. There's a shot from the corner by Tisso Gwynna, not good. Rebound goes to Shumway. Shumway brings it into the forecourt on top of the key now. Over to Rigg. Rigg back to Shumway. He hesitated. In the middle of the lane it goes. Can't shoot. Ball is passed back out to Shumway. Shumway back over to Rigg. Rigg on the far side outside. Across the court now to Shumway. 2 minutes, 55 seconds to go here until halftime. Now another player has it. Philbin, turnaround jumper by Fries is blocked. Fieser. Here's the Tigers with the ball now. Jace LeClaire. And we have a timeout. Well, I tell you what, that timeout for a shoe.
Equipment timeout.
Yeah, Tisso Gwynna made a sharp turn and lost his shoe down there. And the official was quick to spot that. So Tigers have it out. 2:37 to go, trailing 32-7. Here's the inbounds play. Lopez has it for the Tigers to Gwynna. He launches a 3. Tisso Gwynna for 3.
And that's one thing the Tigers need to do. Tisso Gwynna definitely is the offensive performer for the Tigers. They need to lean on him more, get him some open looks so he can cut down this lead.
Here's Riggs on the near side, on top to Shumway. Shumway just inside the arc. Now he hesitates, back over to Riggs. Bounce pass knocked away on the ground, picked up by Riggs. Riggs in the corner, avoids the trap, gets it out to the number 13 there. I'll have to get his name here in a second. I've got it, but I can't pronounce it. Okay, here's Riggs again. Over to Shumway, was open, didn't shoot. There's Fieser, and now Riggs shoots for three, in and out, not good. Fight for the rebound. Donahue gets it for Lander. Down court to Tissot. Back to Stauffenberg for three. His shot's not good. Nice rebound by Wheeler, and he's fouled. And let's see, I've got to get
Zach Wiltanger.
Wiltanger.
There you go.
Wiltanger. Okay, Wiltanger had that ball. And at the free throw line, Silas Weaver for the Tigers. Shumway picked up the foul on the play. Weaver's first attempt at the line today, no, not good. Rebounded by the big guy, Bradley Fieser. Down court it goes to Rigg. On top to Shumway. Shumway stutter steps. In the middle of the lane it goes to Wiltanger. Now back over to Shumway. Shumway on top of the arc on the near side, Rigg. In the corner it goes to Philbin. Philbin lost the ball, but it's picked up by Wiltanger. Now back over to Riggs. Across court, wide open. Here's Shumway. He doesn't take the shot. He's underneath it goes. Oh, they tried to work it into Wiltanger, and they did, 34-10.
That was just great movement of the ball by Cheyenne Central. They saw Tigers were man defense, trying to find the opening. A couple extra passes, they're able to find the open look for Wiltanger in the key.
Gweno with the ball on the far side outside, moves it across the key in the corner now. Wheeler has it. Ball's knocked away from him and out of bounds. It'll stay with Lander.
Yeah, Shumway was trying to get it before it went out of bounds in front of his bench. Unfortunately, wasn't able to wrangle it in before it went outside the boundary. Tigers will retain possession, see if they can reset, get an offensive set up, and put it in for a basket.
And we have another number that's not in the program where they talked to us about. 31 is now in the game. I'm not sure who he is. It could be Cordell White. I'm not positive. Okay, here's Shumway bringing the ball down. 20 seconds to go. Over to White. In the corner it goes to Philbin. Ball is stolen away by Lopez. Lopez in the middle of the lane. 360, lays it up and in for Lander.
That is just a great hesitation and crossover by Abe Lopez. Good anticipation, getting the steal and bringing it down for the score.
Shumway in the lane, throws up a prayer. It is not answered as Tissot Gwena hits the ground. 34-12 is our halftime score. We'll be back after this.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Is your resolution this year to be healthier? You may have made a commitment to improve your physical health, but don't forget about your financial health. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union is listed as one of the healthiest credit unions in the U.S., and we are the healthiest credit union in Wyoming, according to depositaccounts.com. Don't risk having your accounts anywhere else. Become a member today and accomplish your first resolution by becoming healthier. Financially speaking, that is. Federally insured by NCUA. Open your eyes to a credit union, Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
Okay, we are at the halftime show here on the KFCW, and I tell you what, the show's been on the floor today. Nathaniel Talich, a 6'3 senior, 23 points. He outscored Lander 20-5 in that first period, and there was one other player who had a point in that first period for Cheyenne. That was James Brown. So of the 22 points in that first period, Talich had 20 of them. He went on to get 3 here in the second period, 23 at halftime. Looking at the Tigers scoring, Kellen Donahue with a basket, 2 points. Jace LeClaire with a basket, 2 points. Tisso Guida with 2 trays for 6 points. Silas Wheeler did not score. He's 0 for 1 from the line. Abe Lopez with 1 basket for 2 points. And Carter Ayers had no points. He was 0 for 2 at the line. So the other players for Cheyenne who have scored, Sam Shumway hit a tray for 3 points. Jack Wiltanger had 2 for a basket for 2 points. And Adam Gerdes had 1 basket for 2 points. James Brown had 2 baskets for 4 points. And, of course, Nathaniel Nate Talich, 23 points. So, Tigers hit a buzzsaw this morning.
Yeah, and it just was talking to some of the Cheyenne Central parents that are here in the stands trying to figure out who number 31 was, since our didn't have them listed in the program. And they're saying, asked them what the same question you said off air, Ernie, is how did Riverton beat these guys? And they said, well, first game of the season, it was right after a 5-hour bus ride. So, I mean, that long travel for them, it makes sense. But you look at this team, and they are just stacked with talent and height. I mean, what can you say about Nate Talich? Like, he's doing everything for this team. If you take him out of the game, Tigers have the lead right now.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly true. So the Tigers, they just the quickness. Cheyenne Central is a big team, but boy, are they quick.
Yeah, I thought maybe with players like LeClaire and Guina for the Tigers, they'd be able to, kind of outmaneuver and use the speed to get around the tall players of Central. But they're not only tall, but they are super athletic as well. They can move, they can be quick, and they've got good acceleration off the ball and getting around picks, and able to just spot up and shoot a 3 whenever they want to.
Yeah, they sure have. And we'll be back with more of the second half after we take this timeout.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County's school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something.
Okay, on the KFCW halftime show, we'll interrupt Josh Allen to talk to Cyril Stauffenberg. And I tell you what, your girls had a good come-from-behind win this morning.
Yeah, we played well. We got out there and we shot the ball well early and then kind of struggled a bit in the third with some turnover issues. And, and problem is we had turnover issues, and then when we weren't turning it over, we weren't making it either. So we weren't doing much on the offensive end. But luckily we hit a couple timely shots, and we got 3 timely stops defensively, and that kind of spelled the game.
Tell us about Ryan Bell. Boy, did she come on.
She's that type of kid, and that's what we've talked about. We've got, we've got 3, even 4 of those kind of kids where, one night they're going to have 4, and somebody's going to overlook them, and the next night they're going to have 20. Or they didn't even acknowledge Ryan at the top on that out-of-bounds play because they thought we were reversing it all the way around. They thought we were going to reverse it all the way around to Megan or back to Demi, and then Ryan set up there all by herself and drains the 3. When it's her, that's what I keep telling them. When it's your night, take advantage of it.
23 of 27 from the free throw line. Say hallelujah.
Yeah. One of the girls, Ryan Bell, is 10 for 10.
Yeah,
and
she was.
We didn't miss in the 4th.
No, you didn't.
That's huge, especially like I told him. I said that was, as we were tired, and when you're tired, usually everything's short. You saw some of our 3-point shots were short, and that's a tough place to be tired at the free throw line late in the game. 3rd day against 4A Cruz. It was impressive.
Yeah, it was a good comeback for the Tigers, and of course sets you up for the games in Douglas next week.
Yep, and like I said, that's why we played these. We were, we were thinking, 2-1, 1-2 would be a great weekend, but more importantly, give us 12 good quarters of basketball, and I think we put together 11. We fell down a little bit second quarter against the East yesterday, but I truly think we played 11 great quarters and earned 11 quarters.
Yeah, you sure did, because that Sheridan game came right down to the last minute.
Yep, it came to the last minute. That's what we wanted out of these 3. We knew we wouldn't come out of 3-0. We came out of last year 3-0.
Yeah.
We also lost 3 games in postseason. That's not what we want to do. We want to get better now.
Yeah, if you want to lose them, this is the time.
Yeah, and lose them to good teams like that. Number 1 in 4A is not a bad team to lose to if you play well.
How about this boys team? That number 15, Nate Talich, is he some kind of animal or what?
Yeah, he's a solid kid. Yeah.
23 points in the first period. He's got more points than Lander has doubled up. So.
Yeah, he's a solid kid.
Cyril, thanks for stopping by.
Thank
we
you,
appreciate it. You bet. And we're getting ready to start the second half of play. Cheyenne Central will have it out of bounds, and everything. Nathaniel Talich takes it out of bounds, the 6'3 senior on the near side to Jackson Whitworth. They have the starters for the game in the contest now. Here's Chris Talich off to Nate Talich, and he tries a little soft floater pass, and it's intercepted by Lander, and now taken away by Tesso Guina. Guina on the drive hits the underneath of the basket with the basketball, so we had turnovers on both sides that time. Underneath, there's an up and over by Jason Whitworth for 2 points, and it's 36-12. Tigers coming right back with Guina. Guina has it, stops, passes on top to Stauffenberg. Boy, with that new haircut of Stauffenberg, I barely recognize him out on the court there. Okay, here's 11. That's Guina. Guina off to LeClaire. Back on top, Stauffenberg. Over to Donahue in the corner. Oh, he looked like he wanted to shoot the 3. Didn't. Off to LeClaire on top. Now to Bird. Bird crosses goes around the circle there. What am I trying to say? The arc. Yeah, the 3-point line. Here's Guina. Off to LeClaire. He's open for 3, and he gets it. Jace LeClaire for 3.
LeClaire getting just a little bit of an open look. Instead of shooting from the corner, he shoots it from the top of the arc. And it's true for a 3-pointer for the Tigers. They're on the board here in the second half.
Nate Talich, nothing but nylon for a 3 from right in front of the Central bench. 39-15. Here's LeClaire. Has an open shot. It's blocked by Brown. LeClaire gets the rebound. Off to Guina. Back to LeClaire. LeClaire wanted to he throws it right into Stu Mullen's hands.
Yeah, he's trying to give it back to Guina. He was cutting back around the perimeter, And unfortunately, LeClaire saw him just a little bit too late, and it went behind him. I tell you what, I don't think Nate Talich has missed an outside shot yet. Everyone he's put up looks like has gone in.
Yeah, the only ones he's missed have been the closest ones to the basket. So on the outside now, Whitworth has it. Bounce pass in the corner, comes over to Talich. There's another one in the, well, there's his first miss from outside. There's another shot up by Whitworth. That's not good. Whistle, and we have a foul on Cheyenne Central.
Looks like it's against Brown.
Yeah, looks like 25. It's against Brown, and that's his second foul. I thought for a second there they were going to call a 3-second violation.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but,
looks like they got him for the hold on somebody inside.
Second time they've gone with the more, the harder foul than the violation. Here's Bird in the corner, can't shoot. Stauffenberg. LeClaire turns, hands it off. Donahue in the midway between the two lines, brings it on top to Stauffenberg. Back over to Gwynna. Gwynna to Stauffenberg. Shot from 10 is off the rim. Not good. Rebounded by Bird. His shot is off either. Two chances to get a shot there, and Cheyenne recovers on the second shot. Nate Talich with the ball. Talich. I mentioned earlier he has red tennis shoes on, so his entire uniform is pretty much red. Brown is the only one out there with a different colored tennis shoe. He has a pink one. Ball's on the floor, picked up by Gwynna. Turnover, Cheyenne Central. Gwynna comes down the court. He's going to take it all the way in, off the glass, and it rolls on the back of the rim and rolls off.
Dang it. That was just a great drive by Gwynna. He saw a little bit of a gap, went inside. He had the position, just rolled off the back of the
Here's
rim.
Brown. He clears his way in the lane and gets his third basket. Now has 6 points.
Got away with a little bit of a push off there.
A little bit of an elbow,
yeah.
Here's LeClaire off to Donahue for 3. No, it's not good. And Cheyenne gets the rebound with Whitworth. Whitworth quickly down court. Underneath the basket, the ball goes on the near side to Talich. Oh!
It doesn't matter whether he's on this side of the court or he's on the opposite side of the court. His favorite spot is on the right side wing. He's made every single three-pointer from that position.
5 3-pointers in the game. Here's Gwynna. Oh, he's knocked to the ground. No whistle. Rebounded by Talich, and he's grabbed by Stauffenberg to slow down. Gwynna was hammered underneath the basket.
Gwynna was hammered. He lost his shoe again. And again, you're seeing, just like in the girls' contest, a little bit one-sided foul calling by the refs here towards Cheyenne with the advantage.
Let's take a break. Timeout on the floor.
No, they're still playing.
Oh, they're still playing. I thought they had a timeout.
Nah, just mass substitution.
Oh, okay. Mass substitution there. Okay, here we go. Shumway is back in the game along with Rigg. Back over to Rigg now from Shumway. Back to Shumway. They're just playing catch with it out here in the forecourt. Shumway hit a 3 earlier in the game, guarded by Lopez. On the near side, wide open is Talich Chris, and he misses. Gets his own rebound back. Around the horn it goes. Wiltanger has it right now. He puts up a shot. No, it's not good. Rebound, and we're going to have a foul on Tisso Gwynna over the back. Oh, no, we're not.
Kobe Philbin.
Kobe Philbin's going to get the foul.
He
His first.
Lunged and tried to punch the ball to kick it back outside, and I think they got him for over the back or contact with a Tiger player.
Yeah, I thought Gwynna was going to get the foul the way they've been calling here, but it went the other way. Okay, here's Lopez. Lopez to Ayers. His shot rims in and out. Rebound Wheeler. He's in the lane. Ball's taken away, and they're going to call a held ball.
Stays with the Tigers.
Lopez to take it out for Lander. 3:11 to go. Into the middle. They wanted to get Ayers on that little short inbounds pass, but we have a palming the ball. Turning it over. Cheyenne now has 6 turnovers. Lander 5.
Couple makeup calls maybe? I don't know.
3:08. It's been known to happen before.
Right.
Ayers has the ball out of bounds for Lander. Here's the inbounds pass to Gwynna. Gwynna, far side outside, midway between the two lines, takes a drive. Wheeler in the corner, launches a three that's too long, rebounded by Lopez. He's in the lane, puts up the shot and scores. Abe Lopez.
That is a good hustle play by Abe Lopez, going up, getting the rebound, even though he's a little bit shorter than the Central players that were inside the post, puts up the putback for the easy points. Tigers are starting to get a little bit of pressure against these Central subs.
44-17 is the score around the corner. Here's the shot by Chris Talish. It's off, not good. Rebounded by Lopez. 4-on-3 break for the Tigers. Lopez all the way, up and in! And one. Nice drive by Abe Lopez.
Abe Lopez all of a sudden putting it into a new gear, getting through, getting the contact, forces through it, rolls it off the glass, gets a friendly roll, and he'll go to the line for the and one.
6 points in the game now for Lopez, going for his 7th. His first free throw is good. So he gets the old-fashioned three-point play, and it's a 24-point bulge now, 44-20 on our Lander KFCW scoreboard. Okay, back again on top of the key is Shumway. Shumway in the corner, has it. Now back over to the other Talish. Ball almost stolen away, and it is. It's on the floor, and the pass goes in the middle to Feeser. Feeser underneath, shots up and good. Well, that was 13 who got that Wiltanger. Well, that was another rugby scrum here with 2 minutes to go in the game in the third period. Underneath, it's Donahue. He's trapped, and whistle, and a timeout called by Coach Stu Mullins. And we'll be right back after this.
Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Okay, back again. That's this is the fun of having a tournament-style season to open the game. You never know how good or how experienced your teams are going to be, and that's why they brought these 4A teams in here. And today, Lander is up against the buzzsaw. Ball's knocked out of bounds on the inbounds by McClung. Tell you, every Cheyenne player out there right now, except for Donahue, is taller than the Lander players. Okay, here's the inbounds to Donahue. He used that height to go up and get the ball. Minute and a half to go here, third period. Lopez has it. Wheeler makes a drive to the basket, lays it up on a finger roll. Nice basket there by Silas Weaver for the Tigers. 46-22 on the KFCW scoreboard. Lander has gone to a zone defense now. Outside is Shumway. Shumway bounce pass in the middle. Oh, that was a nice give and go to Whittanger.
I tell you what, that was just about as good as well an executed bounce pass as you can get, especially in the middle of the lane to Wiltanger, as Feeser, was able to go up to send that shot attempt out of bounds.
Yeah,
Tigers
nice.
will inbound the ball.
Nice block by Feeser. Here's Lopez for three. Nice. Got another one. Abe Lopez for three.
Abe Lopez comes across the key, steps back out to the perimeter, puts the shot up and in as he's become the workhorse for the Tigers.
There's Rigg for three. Isaiah Rigg, and he gets his first points of the game, and he answers the Lander tray. Here's Lopez down court, drives to the baseline, turns around, comes back at the free throw line, stops over to Donahoe. 27 seconds to go, and a travel by McClung. Well, and he knew he did it too.
Yeah, it's one of those where, and I think Stu Mullins told him, is like, you got to be able to keep the dribble on your ball, even if you think they're about to steal it. Do whatever you can to keep that dribble going.
Here's Feldman in the corner, brings it out. They're going to go for the last shot here with 16 seconds remaining. Philbin in the corner, way across to Shumway in the corner, back over to Riggs. Now Philbin for three. Oh, he got that one.
Yeah, Central's doing a real good job to beat that zone by going cross court over and over and over, as Abe Lopez throws one up from about half court at the buzzer. So at the end of three, Cheyenne Central leads the Tigers 54-25.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-3941 today. That's 332-3941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Back again, our final 8 minutes, the final act here at the Bill Stranigan Basketball Classic here in the Lander portion of that. 54-25, Cheyenne East with the big lead. There's the ball on the floor, picked up by the Tigers, and we have a held ball or what? Scott Quayle didn't make a call there.
It's going with Lander, whatever it is.
He finally does held ball. So Lander will have it. That's a turnover for Cheyenne. And McClung takes it out into Lopez. Lopez makes a move on top of the arc. Now he drives the lane, hands it off to Wheeler. Wheeler in the corner comes back out. Across the top of the arc now, back over to Lopez. Lopez tries to drive, fires a three. It's short. Whistle. And we've got a grab called underneath the basket by Cheyenne.
Almost looked like he's doing the Aaron Rodgers discount double check move.
Yeah,
on that one.
Yeah, it's against Shumway, his third, and now we've got a timeout on the floor. We'll be back.
All right, listen up, elves. I know this is a busy time of year, and we all have places to be and things to do. But please, don't text and drive. Be careful. Last week, Sheldon and Shipping crashed into a load of Legos. And yesterday, Randy and Rapping ran through a red light. Just slow down, buckle up, and put your phone down while you drive. Thank you. Now get back to work.
Stop the texts, stop the wrecks. Brought to you by YDOT.
Oh, was that Alvin the Chipmunk on that spot?
No, that was something the elf. Maybe
that was something the elf. Huh?
Not Buddy the Elf or Elf on a Shelf, but some sort of elf.
That was a pretty good elf, though. I have to take advantage of that.
Yeah, voice modulation will do that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Lopez to take it out for Lander. In it goes to Donahue. Weaver back to Lopez now in the corner. He drives the lane and steps out of bounds. No, he's going to get... He draws a foul. That's why he stepped out of bounds.
All right.
Yeah, Philbin gets the foul for Central.
Get the block on the perimeter. And like Coach Mullen said after one of the contests when we interviewed him, he said that Abe Lopez is one of those wild cards. You don't know if he's going to score 5 or if he's going to score 20. And one of the things you want to see for the Tigers is both your guards, Lopez and Gwynna, take initiative, take action, and get some points.
Did we mention that Cheyenne Central is the defending Class 4A state champions?
Not till now.
They haven't lost their touch. Oh, there's a nice give and go up and in by Wiltanger. His first point of the quarter. Yeah, that was a good one. There. Okay, Ayers, Wheeler. Silas Weaver with the ball off to Donahue. Donahue back to McClung, to Weaver in the corner, to Wheeler. Wheeler finds a little open spot.
Oh.
And he gets tied up by Shumway, and it goes to Cheyenne.
Dang it, he was thinking that the guy on the weak side was going to come down on him and collapse, so he kind of held the ball if he had just continued his drive along the baseline there, he would have had an easy layup on the left-hand side.
56-25, Cheyenne Central over Lander Valley in the Class 4A state champions against the Lander Tigers here. All right, down the court we go. A nice drive that time down court by Rigg. He brings it back out on top to Feeser. Feeser back to Rigg. Near side it comes to Wiltanger. Wiltanger dribbles behind his back to get away from the defense. Nice move by him. Now Shumway. Shumway has it. Back to Wiltanger. Wiltanger looking for someone to throw it to. Gives off to Shumway. They're doing a nice job with ball movement and also running time off the clock. Oh, they try to throw it underneath. Whistle and a held ball again.
Good
and
call.
It'll go to Lander.
Good call. That time they were right on time with that one. And Tigers defensively switched. They saw that they were getting beat with those cross-court passes with the zone, so they switched to a man-to-man defense. Obviously having better time as Central caught napping there, and Bird puts in the three-pointer.
Yeah, Central did get caught napping. They were busy yakking about that held ball. 56-28, Cheyenne Central, the defending 4A state champions, are doing a great job here on the floor of the Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. There it is again, Shumway for two. Yeah, they just held the ball till Lander came out far enough and Shumway had a layup.
Yeah, Wiltanger repaying the favor when Shumway gave him the good ball, as that one was blocked by Feeser, and then he crashes into Stauffenberg.
And we'll have three free throws.
Yeah. So, as I was saying, Shumway gave Wiltanger the previous play, that good lead pass for the easy basket. So Wiltanger's like, here you go, buddy. I'll repay the favor. Same backdoor cut, same result.
At the line is Stauffenberg, and of course he makes it. Brennan Stauffenberg, would you believe that his first point today?
Yeah, he's been a
not
little
been
bit
there.
off. And as we mentioned before, I know he likes to take that open three-point shot, but he is having a hard time connecting on that shot, as we have a couple substitutions, Cordell White and Joe, I forgot what his last name is, 31.
Sawyer.
Thank you.
Sawyer.
One of the Cheyenne Central parents helped me out. Appreciate that. I'm like, I know I just had it.
Well, all three free throws were good by Stauffenberg, and Lander now has a 58-31 deficit and a travel against Cheyenne Central.
Saw that one. Shumway kind of hesitating, deciding which way he wanted to go, and Tigers take advantage, see if they can put more points on the board.
Tisso Gwynna back in the game for the Tigers. He hands it off to Bird. Bird on the far side outside, drives the middle of the lane, kicks it back to Jace LeClaire for three. No, Lopez with the rebound. He puts it up and it rolls off, not good. And going high for the rebound is Wiltanger for Cheyenne Central. Long pass down court to Wiltanger. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. In the corner, Shumway doesn't shoot. Across the lane, underneath one of the new guys that comes in, Sawyer, back over to Riggs for three.
He's got kind of a goofy release. He shoots left-handed, but hey, if it goes in, then you might as well keep working with it.
30-point lead by the Cheyenne Central Indians. It's 31-61. Oh, there's a nice wide-open drive by Stauffenberg for the Tigers.
Yeah, the Indians were setting a zone defense. Stauffenberg with a little bit of a pump fake, saw that they bit on the fake, went inside, easy layup for two.
Here's Shumway on top of the key, looking for someone open. Wiltanger passes it back out to Shumway for three. Bounce, no. And it goes off Wiltanger and out of bounds. Well, I was going to say, I was looking for scores here from Cody Beers, but I haven't gotten any. So the St. Stephen's Eagles are playing right now, followed by the Wyoming Indian Chiefs.
On the floor for the Tigers, you have Gwynna, LeClaire, Stauffenberg, Lopez, and Bird.
And it's LeClaire with the basketball now off to Bird. Bird, double teamed there, almost lost the ball, drives the baseline, puts up a floater and scores. Tanner Bird.
Great job recovering the ball as Central tried to poke it away from him. Recollects himself, finds the opening on the baseline, puts it up and in with the floater.
Wiltanger on that great feed from Shumway, and he gets another basket. Wide open.
Shumway and Wiltanger, man, that looks like that's the hookup for the subs for Cheyenne Central. That's about third or fourth time they've done that.
Turnover for Lander and a turnover for Cheyenne as that went out of bounds at the 23-yard line.
I think that was more like the 10. But
Okay, all right,
works.
yeah, all right.
Either way.
It went out of bounds. Here's the inbounds pass. Cheyenne drops off the full press, and Lander comes down. In the corner, Bird has it. Bird gets that double trap and throws the ball away, and Wheeler gets the foul.
Yeah, Wheeler was able to come off. They wanted to trap Bird on the far side wing. Wheeler was open. He put his hand up, but with the two Central players in front of him, Bird couldn't see him, tried to give it out to him late. And by that time, the player in the low block from the weak side came in and was able to get that steal.
Only the second foul of the second half by Lander. So the Tigers have been playing pretty much error-free here from the foul standpoint. There's Gwynna guarding Shumway. Oh, left all alone. Underneath, up and in is Sawyer for 2.
Well, maybe he just likes the numbers 1 and 3 because he went to Wiltanger, who's 13, and to Sawyer, who's 31. Maybe those are his favorite numbers.
Here's LeClaire looking for help, and it's up to Gwynna. Deuces Wild on the scoreboard, 2:22 to go. Tissot with the ball, has it knocked away from him. That'll be a turnover down court. Here comes Shumway. He's going to take it coast to coast. No, he didn't. In the corner, there's a shot. Not up, not good. Lander has a 2-on-1 fast break going. Gwynna all the way, off the glass, no. And the rebound and a foul. And we have a blocking foul called on Cheyenne on Gwynna's attempt at the points.
That was kind of a late call, but I guess.
What do you mean it was a late call? They were already past the timeline going on the other way.
Yeah, I mean, the shot went up, and I didn't hear the whistle till well after the rebound. But either way, I mean, it's a call goes in Lander's favor. They'll send Gwynna to the line. It'll be one of those situations where I wish Tissot would kind of take that warrior mentality instead of kind of hesitating and waiting. Just make decision, go in and drive, because he's obviously faster than a lot of the Central players. He needs to take advantage of that and drive around and get in for that inside scoring.
Ayers comes into the game. Stauffenberg takes the bench, and Gwynna hits the second free throw. He missed the first, and then he's replaced by McClung, Kason McClung. Well, we're just 2 ticks under 2 minutes to go. 65-36 on our KFCW scoreboard. Down court comes Sam Shumway. Shumway tries to hit White. This is the other White. Zecha White. Zecha? I'm not sure. Zecha. Anyway, the ball went off Mr. White's foot, not out of bounds. And down court, here we go. Oh, Bass is intercepted from McClung by Cheyenne. Turnover for Lander is number 10. And we're a minute and a half to go. All the way down. Riggs off the glass and in. Sweet move by Isaiah Riggs. He has 8 points in the game now, but he looked kind of like Tissot Gwynna when he goes through the lane. He's able to avoid contact. Here's McClung in the middle of the lane. Shots up off, not the back of the iron, and a rebound by White, and a foul is going to be called on Lander over the back on White. And it's going to be on Calum Wheeler. And Jace LeClaire comes out to a nice round of applause. Minute 15 to go. Here comes Sam Shumway down court for Cheyenne Central. Far side, Riggs tries a 3. Oh, in and out, not go. White rebounds, puts it up, no. Rebound, up, no. Callum White gets the rebound for Lander.
Wheeler.
Yeah, it was Wheeler. What did I say, Callum? Yeah.
You said Callum White.
Callum White, no. Oh, and there's a steal on the far side. Lander lost the ball. Long cross-court pass down. It goes to Whittanger. Underneath the basket. Tip up. No foul under the basket. And one of the new players for Cheyenne Central is 31.
Joe Sawyer.
Oh, that's right. Joe Sawyer right down here. He'll have a chance to hit a free throw.
On the court for Cheyenne Central, you have Isaiah Riggs, Sam Shumway, Zach Wiltanger and Joe Sawyer and Cordell White for the Tigers. We have Callum Wheeler, his brother, the other Wheeler, Silas, and first time we've seen Bryce Denton on the floor for the Tigers, as well as Kason McClung.
Here's McClung over to Wheeler. Oh, he tries to hit his brother and went right through his hand. So with 33 seconds to go, 68-36. There's no doubt of the outcome of this since the first quarter. But the Cheyenne Central Tribe will have it. They're going to bring it down. Sam Shumway walking it into the forecourt. Now he picks up the pace, hands it off to Whittanger. Back to Shumway. They're doing a little bit of weave here on top of the key. Off to Riggs. Whittaker. Yeah, that's all they're doing is the weave. They're running the clock. 12 seconds to go. And Shumway backs off now, stops the weave with 6 seconds to go. I don't think they need to score another point. White has it now, and that's going to be the end of the game. 68 Cheyenne Central and 36 Lander. Awesome performance this afternoon by the defending Class 4A champions. And I notice a lot of the fans here from Cheyenne have got that state championship gear still on.
Yeah.
From last year, and I don't blame them, you know. If you've got a state championship, let people know about it. Well, the teams are exchanging handshakes with the opposing players and coaches, and overall, as we heard Cyril Stauffenberg say there at halftime of the boys' game, this is good experience for the Tiger teams.
Yeah, definitely good experience, not only playing against teams that you're not used to playing, but also playing teams that are in a higher class division than you are, as it's something that's always good to do. Bring new faces in, new competition, new opponents, as well as play some stiffer competition, especially at the start of the season. You know, you see a lot in higher divisions where you have the preseason or out-of-conference games that are kind of cupcake games where you use them to, you know, build your confidence. Even if you have kind of an off game, you have a good possibility of still winning that game. But at the same time, I like the aspect Tigers are taking with Stauffenberg as well as Coach Mullins. Like, no, we'd rather have the stiffer competition. We'd rather play against the tougher teams to try and get these players accustomed to playing those teams that, you know, more often than not, you're going to lose that game. But at the same time, you really get a measure to see what your team's made of and just what kind of grit and determination your players have.
Okay, we'll be back with our Click It or Ticket postgame show after we listen to these.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. John Shade, your Lander Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why John Shade is a proud sponsor of Lander Tigers basketball on KFCW. For all of your investment needs, call John Shade at 335-7722 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
Hi, I'm Mama. Welcome to my kitchen.
Mama's Kitchen in Lander is ready to wow you with their home-style fixins. Visit the coffee corner and don't forget to try Mama's biscuits, made just the way her Mama made them. And the Mama before that. With local and specialty ingredients making up their cuisine, it'll be the place you can't get enough of.
And just simple, tastes good, delicious, get me all ready for the day.
Down to earth, and yes, I would definitely come back.
Home cooking like you've never tasted before. 260 Grandview Drive in Lander.
Come on down to Grandma's!
The team at Lander Dental provides a wide range of services, including preventive, cosmetic, restorative, and reconstructive dentistry in a caring, comfortable setting. Lander Dental Group, 799 South 2nd Street in Lander.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment. High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Okay, our final score in this game was 68-36, Cheyenne Central over Lander. Looking at the Tigers' scoring, high scorer was Abe Lopez, as he had 1 tray, 3 baskets, 1 for 1 from the line, 10 points. 5 points by a bunch of guys. Brennan Stauffenberg had a basket, 3 for 3 from the line. Tanner Bird had a tray and 1 basket, and so did Jace LeClaire. 2 points in the game by Kellen Donahue and Silas Weaver. 5 points by Brennan Stauffenberg. 7 points by Tisso Gwena. And the Lander Tigers had 5 of 9 from the free throw line. They only committed 8 fouls in the game for the total game. Only 8 fouls. That's pretty darn good. They had 4 trays in the contest. On the other side of the ledger for the Cheyenne Central Indians, Nate Talich was their leader. He had 29 points in the game, and 23 of those came in the first half. He had, let's count them, 4 trays, 6 baskets, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Kind of hard to beat that kind of offensive performance. He was joined in double figures by Zach Wilkener, who had a total of 10 points, all on field goals. Isaiah Rigg had 2 threes and a field goal for a total of 8 points. And then it goes to James Brown, who had 3 field goals for 6. Then we have Sam Shumway, who had 1 tray and 1 field goal for 5. Kobe Philbin had a tray for 3, 2 points each by Jason Whitworth and Adam Gerdes. For the game, let's see, did I count them up? They had 14 fouls for Cheyenne Central. Lander only had 8, so it was a pretty clean played game in that respect. Cheyenne Central shot 9 threes in the game, and this is a stat you don't see very often. Cheyenne Central only went to the line 4 times in the entire game. They hit 3 of them, so they were pretty good free throw shooting. Turnovers, Cheyenne Central had 9, and the Lander Valley Tigers had 12. And looking at the quarter scores, of course, at the first quarter, that's where Cheyenne Central took over, and Shumway scored 20 of the 22 points they had. 22 points to 5 for Lander in the first quarter. They had 12-7 in the second quarter. They had 20-13 in the third quarter, and they put up 13 in that fourth quarter against the Tigers. Okay, with us is Coach Stu Mullins of the Lander Tigers. Well, Coach, I can see why Cheyenne Central is the defending state Class 4A champion.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think Riverton's a really good team to knock them off. We knew that. You know, but they'll get some stuff in order. But, yeah, you know, the Talich kid is by far the best kid we've seen. And you know, what do you do when you're 6'4" and can get to the rim and all that kind of stuff? And so he's the real deal. And like I just said, you know, there's a reason that these three teams are as ranked where they're at. And that's really, really tough for a Tiger team that, you know, is really our returning JV and +1 starter, you know. So I was really proud of them just not to give up.
Well, they didn't give up throughout the entire game.
Yep.
They were, you know, we only had 8 fouls called against the Tigers. That was pretty clean play.
Yeah, and we talked about that point of emphasis. That really kind of bit us the last 2 nights with just too many fouls. And, you know, were we in position all the time? No, but it's also the first weekend against extremely good competition, and we'll clean all that kind of stuff up.
Now, it seemed the Tigers wanted to take a lot of 3 shots, and they didn't make but 4 of them.
Yep. Yeah, you know, and part of it is, you know, we didn't value the possession tonight. So, you know, it's not the first one. You can get that anytime you want. You know, we want that to come off of a reversal or a drive and a kick. And we talk about trimming the edges. We don't want to trim the edges. We want to get it to the paint and kick from there, and especially when shots aren't falling. There's going to be nights, yeah, when it's going, but against a team like this, you got to get to the free throw line and you got to contract the defense. And a lot of times against a team like that, that's the only shot that's going to be open, and we got to be better at knocking them down.
Yeah, 5 for 9 from the free throw line for the Tigers. That's pretty good in a game like this. But yeah, the way you beat that zone is shoot over it.
Yeah, somewhat, right? And part of it is, you know, they didn't really zone us. They look like they're in a zone because they're so big and long and can cover a lot of space. And you know, and we didn't do a good enough job of going inside. But part of the problem is, where do you go inside? You know, and you know, so all of those kind of just rotation stuff and figuring out our lineups and all of that kind of stuff is what you do in the preseason.
Yeah, well, you were, you know, speaking of having a hard time getting inside, the opponent 6'6", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 6'4". That's a forest.
Yeah, yeah. And then their bench was about just as big or bigger. And, you know, we're not the smallest team in the world, but we're not that big, that's for sure. And that presents some problems. You know, there's a reason why tall players play in basketball, and that's valued, is because it makes things a lot easier for them, and offensively and defensively. You know, all 3 teams that we played were longer and bigger than us, and you know, that's just not something that we're going to see in 3A. But at the same time, we got to do a better job of boxing out and rebounding and getting shots inside the paint.
Abe Lopez had another good night in scoring 10 points in the game.
Yep. And if we can keep him going, I really liked the way that he looked this weekend. He's going to take some shots trying to force, but at the same time, you know, we don't have a lot of scorers, just natural scorers that can create their own shot. And so, you know, all kind of just figuring that stuff out right now. And you know, the good thing about it is it's all on film, and we've exposed all of our weaknesses. And then how do you close some of those gaps and get better at the stuff that we're doing?
You know, one of the things we noticed when the Tiger players had a chance to drive the basket, there was a hesitation there.
Yep.
They stopped, they stalled for a second, and that took away the open lane.
Yep. Yeah, it's size, right? I mean, they were hesitant because they didn't want to get their shot blocked, and that cannot be the mentality. You've got to go in strong, and we had looks early that just didn't go in. I mean, how many layups did we miss? A ton, you know, and by some of our better guys. And, you know, so it wasn't a matter of getting looks. You know, they got out on us a little bit, and when you miss those, it compounds it, and, you know how it goes.
Yeah, when they score and you turn it over and they score and you turn it over and they score, it gets away in a hurry.
Well, and not even turning it over, but missing layups.
Right.
You know, that's demoralizing, and you know, just being able to finish around the rim is huge, and it's going to be huge for us because you know, that it goes hand in hand. Your offense and your defense have to work together.
Yeah, they sure do. Now you've got you'll be at home again next week.
Yep.
Got the Lander Classic. What's your schedule for that?
So we got Douglas Friday night, I think we got Wheatland Friday night, and then we've got Burns and Douglas on Saturday.
Okay.
Doesn't get any easier.
No, it really doesn't.
Douglas is really good. they return pretty much everybody. They have a sophomore guard that is tremendous. Maybe not like Cheyenne East yesterday, but all-state kid last year as a freshman.
Yep.
And they roll. I mean, they've got 15 kids that they'll play, and they're all good. So, we got to get our ship in order, and then Wheatland has player of the year probably in Cade Pruitt. He's an unbelievable player. They're really good. And then Burns didn't graduate a kid, and they're all probably 6'2" and above. So I was just telling these guys, you look at our schedule, there isn't one team on there that you say, yeah, we should get those guys. And so we're just going to have to get better. That's the bottom line.
Well, that's what the whole preseason is about, is getting better. And you said it. You exposed your weaknesses. Now you know what you need to work on.
Yep.
And next week will be a good challenge again.
Yeah. Yeah, you go into the season thinking, all right, this is how it's going to look. I think these things will work. And we could have played Moorcroft and beat them by 80, or whatever. But that wouldn't have exposed anything. We would have felt good about ourselves, and then when we go into a really tough competition and then it blows up in our face, you'd rather have that happen at this moment, to just be critical of yourself and find things that you can get better at.
Anybody get hurt today?
No, we got some tired kids.
Oh yeah.
Tissot was dragging, but. That's part of it too, getting into shape, and they'll be better for it for sure.
Well, yeah, the more games you play, the better in shape you are.
Yep, for sure.
You don't have any of the head on your knees business.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Lander Valley Tiger coach Stu Mullins.
Yep. Awesome. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Okay, Josh. Anything that you heard that you'd like to add to there from the coach?
Well, I think, like we mentioned before, it's a tough schedule. And even with the second tournament with the Classic, he said with Wheatland and Douglas, you're going against a really tough Douglas team, as well as you're going against the player of the year. So it's definitely something that find that grit, find that determination, find out things you need to work on against really good competition, and just help. Like he said, you don't want to absolutely kill it in this tournament and then go into the conference and you lose that first game and you lose all that momentum. Right now, the Tigers are doing a good job of building that momentum. You've seen them work on their turnovers. They're getting better at the turnovers. You see them doing a really good clean game, only getting 8 fouls the entire game, 4 in that second half, which is awesome for the Tigers. Good clean ball, keeping the opponents away from the free throw line. Those are big things you want to do. And, just a couple of scheme things you got to work on, but you're always going to have that beginning of the season. So they're doing a good job getting a good foundation and just build on it, work on it from here.
Because of the tight time between games and tournaments like this, we weren't able to talk about our player of the game for the Lady Tigers, but, they came from behind. They were magnificent in that fourth quarter from the free throw line. They did not miss a free throw in the fourth quarter, and they had, 10, 12, 14, 6. They were 16 for 16 from the free throw line in that quarter. And one of the players who was 10 for 10 in that free throw success was our player of the game.
And that was Miss Bell.
Ryan Bell.
Ryan Bell got the Mamaw's player of the game for the girls. And on the boys' side, we talked about it a little bit. The wild card, as Coach Mullins likes to call him, that was number 24, Abe Lopez, his brother. I've seen similarities from when I broadcasted from his older brother. They have pretty much the same dribble and they have pretty much the same shot style. And they both have that high motor, get-at-it attitude. And Abe Lopez not only was good, especially in that second half offensively for the Tigers, but he also did a good job forcing a couple of key stops on defense and forcing a couple turnovers.
Well, I tell you what, this was fun. Josh, thanks for the great job you've done Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We really appreciate it. And tell you what, we're haven't decided where we're going to be next weekend. We might be in Douglas with the Lady Tigers And then we might be here in Lander with the Tigers. We haven't decided yet, so we'll let you know. And, of course, you can find out on wyotoday.com and on KFCW Facebook. And, of course, we'll have it on our sportscasts on WYO Today Media's 5 radio stations. So we do have, we didn't have an update from Cody. St. Stephen's is playing right now. The St. Stephen's Lady Eagles versus Wright. They're on the air right now at 99.1. And then, what did I do? Then at 2 o'clock, the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs, defending state champions, will be on against the Wright Lady Panthers. And again, that's on 99.1. And then this afternoon at 4 o'clock, the Riverton Lady Wolverines and Wolverines will be on the floor against Cheyenne East. That's at Riverton High School, and those games will be on KTAK 93.9. Any final thoughts?
It was a good first tournament. Good way to start the basketball season, and we'll have either the Douglas Classic or Lander Classic next week, and that'll wrap up our 2021 basketball coverage. All the high schools will go on a 2-week break for the holidays, and we'll be back. I believe our first game's against Jackson.
January.
On the 7th of January. So, I mean, it was a good tournament. Both the girls and the boys showed improvement. The girls were able to get that first win, which always feels good no matter when you get it in the season. Of course, these quote-unquote preseason tournaments don't really count for much other than building and working and figuring out where your strengths and weaknesses are, and I think that's exactly what Tigers are going to do against this tough 4A competition they went against this weekend.
And the Lander Valley Tigers sophomores on the girls' side having a good game against Jackson Hole right now. It's 11-2 Lander, so we'll see if that holds up. But our thanks to our listeners and viewers on Lander Tiger broadcasts. I'm Ernie Over, and he is Josh Henninger. And we want to thank Kirk Baxter. Sorry, Kirk. Kirk Baxter back at the station for his engineering help. He got us on the game, kept us on the air, and we appreciate that very much, Kirk. And we also appreciate the efforts of station manager, our general manager, Kevin Shields, for allowing us to do these games. And, of course, all the credit goes to our sponsors who make these broadcasts possible. This is Ernie Over speaking for Josh Henninger, and we're saying adieu from Lander Valley High School this afternoon. We'll be back on the air next Friday night. So we'll see you later, Alligator, and drive safely.